Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of your show. That's right. We are all the Kickout Crew. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank the homies for being in attendance. You know, Sans won, but Devyn will be here shortly. Just had to talk shit at the beginning of the episode. Want to thank everybody for the positive feedback on last week's episode. Thank everybody for the questions. And then you can submit your questions on any social media platform that you desire. Because, hey, we're everywhere. Just search Kickout Crew on all of them. I'm not going to list them. Just look for us. That being said, it appears that we're on episode 91. Man, crazy, huh? We're getting close to triple digits. There may be something in store for that, too. Right? That's called suspense. But we still have 9 weeks till that happens. So, hey, might as well get this one going. I think I've rambled enough. I do want to say, if you like what we're doing, be a friend and tell a friend. Or as Adam said, tell anyone. Just spread the word. And shout out to, all the fans and friends and all that stuff. But enough about that. It's time to get going. So I guess, Brad, I'll let you take it away.
Just a couple things this week, guys. Just a couple of quick bitches and then maybe something else. Fireworks on January.
Wait, time out. James, what the fuck?
Stella! A little classy. It was left in my fridge. So
I was gonna say, what was on sale this week?
No, it was left in my fridge. So
Somebody got a raise at work, didn't they?
We are actually getting a raise. Shout out. But yeah.
Just the way you did it. You're like.
Yeah. I didn't want to, attract attention to it.
Well, it does now.
Go ahead, Brad.
So my one dog is very scared of the fireworks. But I know I got to deal with July 4th. I know I got to deal with certain holidays, New Year's Day. I got to deal with it. And now because of her being scared, she is now scared my dog, the other dog that was never scared of them. So they hang out in the bathroom every time they hear fireworks. If we're outside and there's a firecracker, we got to run back in the house. It freaks her out. But there is no reason why there should be fireworks on January 5th. There is nothing to celebrate on January 5th. There was no football games, no nothing. It's January 5th. Keep the fireworks up. It's cold outside. Keep the fireworks for when it's nicer, or New Year's Eve or whatever. But not January 5th. What, did you just have some leftover? What kind of neighborhood do I live in where you have to have set fireworks off on January 5th? What are we celebrating? Right. Drink something. Huh? Drink something. Don't be a quitter. What?
Are you guys allowed to shoot off fireworks?
I don't think so. I don't think it matters, though. I don't think anybody's coming to the house to arrest you over it either. Yeah. Second thing, a couple months ago, I bitched about one of the worst lines to be in is the pharmacy line. You know what the second worst line to be in is? The lottery tickets line. Lottery tickets. That guy, I'm just trying to go to the gas station and buy something real quick. But no, this guy scoots in front of me. He's got 15 lottery tickets in his hand, and he's making all these deals, okay? Like, yeah, well, all right, well, go ahead and give me two of these, blah, 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 like an auctioneer. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here. You're not going to win anything. You're going to even out. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your money. Buy a Powerball ticket once every other week when it's 300 million, whatever. I cannot believe the amount of time I had to wait behind this jack off. Can you get two cashiers? Shouldn't there be like a lottery cashier separately? Get a life, dude. Get a life.
Especially when there's a line behind you. When you got like 10 people behind you and they're still doing it, and they turn.
It was just two of us in a store. I waited for 10 minutes.
Do that.
Dedication.
So I want to talk a little bit about the MLW show last weekend. Kings of the Coliseum 2024. My son and I are heading down, and it was a torrential downpour, rain. First it was snow a little bit, then it was rain. And I've told you guys about the parking down in this situation already. It's not good. And it's not the event parking. It's just the neighborhood it's in. Because there's only 800,000 people that are going to the show, maybe. So it ain't them. And we're pretty early. We're an hour or so early, and it wasn't that many people in there when we got in there. So I park in this spot. I'm not real sure about it. Now, I've told you guys, I drive a dealer car. So if this thing gets towed, I ain't getting it back. And not that I want to be getting anything back, dealing with it at midnight anyway, when you get out of the show, or 11 o'clock or whatever it is. So I park in a spot and I'm like, what do you think? And Frank's like, I think it's a win. I'm like, I don't know. He goes, Dad, look at the guy next to you. So there's people just parked on the sidewalk. I said to him, I go, so what are you saying? He goes, if there's people parked on a sidewalk, you're fine. I'm like, you know what? We could all get towed, okay? Just because they're on the sidewalk and I'm like the second worst spot doesn't mean we all don't get towed. Well, anyway, it worked out. So we get in there, looking around for Mr. Thomas, can't find him. We have a couple drinks. We sit down in our seats, great seats, right on the the ramp. So, you basically, he was on the end of the ramp, so which is good. And we had Wasted Youth that came out. Excellent tag team. Really liked them a lot. Alex Kane versus Richard Holiday. Really good match. Good to see Richard Holiday back after having leukemia. Mr. St. Laurent, who is Richard Holiday's manager. If you guys don't know this guy, he's just like this big guy and like, I don't know, like a jogging suit kind of thing. And he really pulls it off well. Zeta Steele, her name's Zeta, took a clothesline from one called Manders that I still can't believe she took. And she's kind of new to the promotion. I really liked her. And finally, I did get a chance to talk to Mr. Thomas. Really engaging guy. For a guy that's supposed to be a heel out there, the Philadelphia fans really like him. So the show was fun. Matt Riddle there. Matt Riddle faced Jacob Fatu. He tapped him. Got him to tap out, which threw me a little bit. But I'll tell you what, Riddle coming out and came out just like he does at WWE. Big smile, happy to be there. It was no different, is what I'm getting at. This is only an 800 people, whatever it is, 1,000 people, maybe less. I really can't tell, but it's not a big event. I mean, it's obviously not it's not coming out with the Roman Reigns match at a pay-per-view. But he came out and he looked great, and he gave my son the pounds. It made my son's day. Frank was so thrilled to do that. He bought himself I bought it for him, but it was Beaumaye for the People shirt. So they're coming back February 3rd for another pay-per-view. And my son, his birthday is February 3rd, and he asked if I would take him and 2 of his friends to the show. That's a yes. Yeah. So
hell yeah.
I'm going to sit separately from them just because I'm going to give him his time with his friends, but not that he asked for that, but he didn't argue with it either. So I got in the same exact seats, the 3, right, exactly where he was before, so he could do the same thing. And hey, man, really excited that he's excited about it. He likes this more than he would like going to a WWE show. It's like, cool. I feel like he thinks it's like his people because everybody's just so engaging, so nice. I'm not the same person around him that I am like as a father. I'm with you guys when I'm at that show. And I think he likes that a little bit too. So really great thing for us to enjoy. And that's all I got. So that's it for me. Back to you, James.
Nice. Yeah, man. Live wrestling. I always tell people, like my buddy Brandon going to Tampa with me. He, he wasn't really a wrestling fan, but we've been to a bunch of live wrestling. He's hooked. He went to Pittsburgh with me, because I was like, damn, Brandon, for not being a fan, you sure have traveled to see this. But yeah, man, support live wrestling, go to the shows because it is, like you said, it's a little more engaging. Like everybody's real into it.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
You know what else I like? Mike's theme, not the list. So, Mike, what is this about?
Well, actually, I'm going to switch it up a little bit since Devyn's not here. So, because I need him for my theme, and you see why later. So, I'm going to do Mike's Meat Minute real quick.
Oh, jeez, I'm making my pen.
It only takes a minute to do. But, I've had a lot of good compliments about the stuff I put out there. But there's one fucker out there that keeps on bitching, and I don't want to throw no Randy's name out there or anything else So today I'm going to do this one for a certain person's father. If you say,
I mean, it could be any Randy. It doesn't mean it's necessarily that Randy. It could be any Randy.
True. Randy Orton messaged me the other day. I mean, he was saying stuff, about my lasagna, and he tried it. He liked it, but
I mean, Mike's comment is not directed toward anybody in particular. It could be any Randy.
Yeah.
So nobody get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
Yeah. If y'all think it's Randy Orton, you're all hearing voices in your head. That's all I'm saying.
Randy Couture. I mean,
Yeah, true.
There's a lot of them out there. And, some of them might be one of our fathers, in particular, but we don't know.
I mean, we've all had fathers. You just never know. I mean,
So I'm going to do burnt end ribs.
All right. Meat.
All right. So what you want to do is get you a slab of baby back ribs and cut them up individually. You don't want to throw the whole rack on that one time. You're going to cut them up individually. Season them with your favorite barbecue dry rub. Put them real good on there. Want to get your smoker.
That rack real good.
Man, he's not gonna let you talk, is he, Mike?
It's only supposed to take me a minute, Adam.
That's what I've heard. Exactly what I've heard.
That's so easy.
All the time.
What she said.
You want to get your smoker at $2.50
for 3 days. Shout out Everett.
Yeah, shout out. At least he was listening.
Oh man.
Set these ribs right on the grates. You want to sit there and put them on there for about an hour and a half, or until they get to about 165 into like inside temp. Flip them maybe 20-25 minutes. Once that's done, you're going to take the ribs and put them in one of those tinfoil pans. You can buy them at Walmart for like $1.50.
All right.
Take a stick of butter, slice it up into little cubes, throw that in there. Add more of your dry rub. Throw in some of your favorite barbecue sauce. JR's really good to go on there. Then you put the top, fill it up, cover it with some more tinfoil. Put it on there. Keep that 250. Cook it for another about 45 to 60 minutes till you think they're done. Take those bitches off. Have your little bite. It'll fall right off the bone.
Fucking starving.
And that's my
every week.
I just get hungry. I'm not even lying. I get hungry. I can go for some ribs right now.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a good rat.
Damn right, me too.
Waka waka waka.
Especially one on someone that's 250.
Yeah, really. I mean, the better you rub it, the better.
I don't care.
So there's your Mike's Meat Minute. For everybody that
made the edit here. We're good.
Oh yeah, I like it. Yeah. Shout out to ribs. Who doesn't like ribs? You know what I'm saying?
Man, if they're done right.
You know what else I like?
What?
As an in-ring performer, because Adam keeps me up to date with wrestling because I don't really watch shit.
All right. So first off, Brian, you do the honors, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we're talking about MLW just a minute ago.
There he is.
I'm actually getting to referee at this show right here. If you're watching, it's Alex Kane. Let's see here. It's Alex Kane versus Joe Black. He's the guy in the very top middle. And then the other match is Kevin Ryan versus Jay Lethal. So chances are I might get to referee one of those matches.
Oof.
So that's March 15th in Calhoun, Georgia. Front row $30, general admission $20. Bell time 7 p.m.
That's a deal, man. That's a deal.
That is, especially for Jay Lethal being there, man.
For
Front
real.
row.
And
$10 more.
Kane.
Who's buying general admission?
But that's at Forever Pro, my buddy Kevin Ryan for the Kudo Death Society. He's actually tag champs with.
We talking about Braden Toon over there?
Yeah, Braden Toon's on there.
Shout out, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Some other guys. There's Chris Crunk, his tag partner. Kevin Ryan's tag partner. Sorry, they're actually the new South Tag Team Champions right now. So it's gonna be a whole lot of guys there you might want to check out. So if you're in that area, March 15th, I hope to see you guys there.
Man, I'll tell you, I'd love to be there for this.
Boomaye.
Hey, Adam, that's only 2.5 hours away from me.
All right, well, I'll see you there then.
Only 14 hours. It's only 14 hours from me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
How far is it from you?
14 hours.
Whew.
Not you. I'm talking
It's
about
about 2 hours.
All right, well, I'm still telling you.
It's about 2 hours and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's still far.
Because Alex Kane's actually the Action Pro Wrestling champion.
There you go.
It's gonna be a damn good match, man.
The belt collector, Alex Kane.
Right? Let's go.
And speaking of Matt Riddle, did y'all hear what commentary did? Matt Stryker on commentary?
Tell us.
He was burying Matt Riddle. You didn't hear about it, Brad?
I don't think so. No.
Oh man, it's Matt Stryker caught some hell on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Like taking some shots at Matt Riddle, and he ended up coming back and apologizing about it. I don't want to go into detail right now, but
Matt Stryker likes to get himself in some trouble.
yeah, I mean,
it's not the first time.
Well, you know how sometimes realism makes good TV? Well, he kind of got too real
Gotcha.
and started throwing out accusations from his past.
I'll tell you what.
We'll say
I
that.
can't. I
That's
don't
a
know.
slippery slope.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know Matt Riddle in real life. All I know is this: he came out ready to entertain, and that's
Yeah.
really what we're there for. I'm not there to get too personal, even though we
Exactly.
do. You know,
I think a match commentary, you don't include stuff like that.
do you
I'm not
remember
there.
when I can't believe we're gonna go off topic already with this. But remember when him and Seth Rollins did that kind of real interview thing? Man, that showed me a Riddle that I was a little bit scared of. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, he is
I
a
think
trained
that's what Mike
fighter,
Striker was trying to do.
Man, he went from that cool, laid back 420 guy to like ready to kick your ass guy, like for real kick your ass.
I think Matt Striker went a little too far, though.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time.
But I don't know if you heard about that or not because we're talking about MLW.
I don't think so, no.
All right, so SmackDown, we started off with Kevin Owens over Escobar, Io Sky over Michin, I think that's how you say it, Michin, Mia Butch and Tyler Bate over Pretty Deadly was actually a pretty damn good match.
It was good to see him in there.
Tyler Bate, I believe,
Bate.
has been moved up to SmackDown like from here out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm interested to see what they do with him. And then Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles had a no contest. So it sets up a fatal four-way for the Royal Rumble.
It was exciting though. A lot of gaga, but fun. It was fun. When Roman came out there, it was a moment.
I like Nick Aldis. I like how he's playing the GM.
I like how he said congratulations. He just earned himself a fatal four-way. That was cool.
I like how he just nonchalantly just walked by, kind of just Paul Heyman, hey, you know, I want you to know this is what happened. He didn't have to get on the microphone and say it or nothing.
But there's no doubt in your mind that Roman wins. So
Is he gonna stack 3 motherfuckers up, pin them all?
I hope not, because that buries LA Knight and Randy Orton.
I don't think so, but I think he wins because I think he's
he
going to
beats
WrestleMania.
AJ Styles.
Unless they're going to have him face The Rock at WrestleMania. That's the only way he would lose there, I think.
I think he pins AJ Styles because Randy Orton's got too much going on, and LA Knight, if they let him beat LA Knight again, I think it'll kill LA Knight.
I don't think it would kill him, but he shouldn't be taking the pin.
Not again.
I think it's gonna be a fucked up finish.
A what?
It's gonna wind up being. I think it's gonna be a fuck finish.
But it's no DQ because you know what? There's
I
more.
I know that.
There's
I'm
no
saying
DQ.
something's gonna happen. It's gonna be a fuck finish.
Well, isn't that every Roman match anymore? Eventually, someone interferes.
Yeah, all 12 of his matches last year was like that.
Well, I mean, he's a heel. He should be interfered with.
But Rampage, it was Mark Briscoe and the Hardys over Kip Sabian, Butcher, and the Blade.
Nice to see the Hardys get a win.
Yeah, I know. And now Jeff Hardy's getting online, starting a bunch of shit on social media. So
People get on social media and start shitting wrestling?
Do you think those two are gonna be going back to WWE anytime soon?
No.
it won't surprise me if they go back to TNA or something like that, but I don't think WWE will have them back. And speaking of TNA, I'm kind of curious on who their big signee is that they've been putting over for the past 2 months.
John Cena.
It's another rerun tonight. So they have not had a live show. They've just had a clip show for 5 straight weeks. So the first show is going to be their pay-per-view.
Yeah, as we record, it'll be this Saturday.
Yeah.
They're doing some tapings in Orlando.
What about their new title belts? What do y'all think about those?
So those are some nice belts, man.
I like change, man.
Yeah, I like the X Division one. I think that one's awesome. That's badass.
Yeah.
I always like the X Division
A
Championship.
social media belt or whatever they call it is nice.
Digital media, right?
Yeah.
Digital media.
Woo, woo,
Tommy
woo.
Dreamer.
Well,
The
it's
one that came-
right now it's Tommy Dreamer, right?
Yeah,
Tommy Dreamer.
that belt, even though it don't fit him, I mean it.
That shit
Real
was
nice
funny.
belt.
He's not supposed to keep your pants up.
He's like, you can't even work an iPhone, and you're the digital champion.
That's it, the media champion. That's it. I can't remember what it was called.
That's all right.
Statlander Nightingale over Kennedy Hardcastle and Notorious Mimi.
Notorious Mimi. She was at the Monster Factory, and she was also the opening match on the MLW show Kings of the Colosseum this weekend that I was at last weekend. And she came out like yelling at us, and I'm like, "Not in those pants, honey. I'm in.
There we go.
You're not yelling at me. I'm good. You can yell all you want. I'm still cheering." Said it to the guy in front of me too. He was like, "Yeah, man."
And then Wheeler Yuta over Commander, which wasn't a bad match.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the match of the night.
Those it's pure match,
Sheeta
right?
over Anna Jay. Sorry, Sheeta over Anna Jay.
Pure rules, right?
Yes, I love them pure rules.
It's different. It's different. I like it here and there.
We have something like that at Pro South. It's but it's only one rope break, and I think it's a 20 count outside is the only difference.
20 count. I hate the 20 count. I really.
Dude, yeah,
How about 3 minutes out there? Doesn't matter anything. You can count as slow as you want.
Yeah.
That's almost like an old-time WCW Texas Chainsaw match type.
Count to 3,
shit.
count to 11, get a break,
Right.
and then just end it.
Stand up,
Yeah, I
sit
mean,
down, 5-5-5. You know, some bullshit.
Knocked out for 10 seconds, and you got to pin him for the 3 count, and then
And guess what? We're the only ones in the world that don't like that match.
60 seconds. You gotta wait 60 seconds to start again.
After that, you have to stand on your feet for 30 seconds.
And then you're
Right.
both standing, and
Pat
it's
your
over.
hand, rub your
Two bottles of
stomach.
water.
You know?
Put it on 350 for 2 days, and then you get
Even Nick Foley likes that match.
Yeah, they all like it.
Why?
I don't know.
you
It's a top 10 Halloween Havoc match. It's number 6.
Yeah, but
Yes.
look at all the
Golly.
Halloween Havoc matches, though. To
Yeah,
pick
no,
from.
it's not good company to be in.
Yeah.
It's like Eddie and Dominic, or Eddie and Ray, and that's it.
That's it.
So Collision, we had what does that say? Oh, it says Darby Allin. That's what it says. Darby Allin and Sting over the Workhorsemen. I wish they do something with the Workhorsemen. I'm a huge fan of them guys.
JD Drake.
JD, man,
JD
he's a
Drake,
tough
man, I
guy.
watched
Don't mess
him.
with him
he's
in a dark bar.
an about shit motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
That's the dude you want beside you when you go into battle, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking another athletic big man today. That's JD Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Kingston over Trent Beretta was probably the match of the night. The Kingdom over Brian Keith and Commander. Dude, they're starting to use this Brian Keith a lot, man.
Yeah, he's good. How about he wins one?
Mhm.
Now you're asking for too much. I mean, he's already on the show. What else do you want him to do?
Win.
And then, Griff Garrison has a better chance of beating Adam Copeland.
Oh man.
Heyo.
I mean, shout out Maria Kanellis.
I mean, I understand what they're trying to do there, but it was just weird. I just don't think it was a place or time just for Griff Garrison after been gone a year and a half. And then Sky Blue over Kiera Hogan, good match. Claudio over Andrew Everett. Andrew Everett's been on before, I believe, maybe a year or so ago. He's not a bad talent. And FTR over House of Black. That was actually better than I thought it was going to be. Monday Night Raw, McIntyre Punk promo. It's probably one of Drew McIntyre's best promos he's done in years.
Watch it.
He
I already
was-
said something like, "You've been here a month and you're still here," or something like that.
You know, surprised you're still here. I mean, I
That's
think
funny.
you've been running yourself out by now.
I think
That
that's
was
funny.
bad. But Drew and Punk had a damn good promo. Ciampa over Finn Balor. That surprised me. Kofi Kingston and Ludwig Kaiser, WDQ, and then Kaiser almost killed Kingston. Caden Carter, Katana Chance over Chelsea Green, Papa Niven. I miss how Samantha Irvin says Chelsea Green. I miss that. I need that back in my life. Miz over JD Madonna. R-Truth, take my money. Anytime he's on Monday Night Raw, I freaking love it.
Was that when he had that little video skit thing?
Yes.
Good Lord, I was dying laughing.
I mean, you tell me why Truth ain't on there more often, man.
I like that. Tom and Nick Mysterio. He's like, I've met Nick. I haven't met Tom.
Now, it took me a second. I was like, oh, wait a minute. He split his name up. Okay. And then it was trending on Twitter like that night.
Yeah, I watched
That was
it
the best part.
the next morning at work. I was like, oh, man. Because they were showing screenshots of it. And I was like, man, I wonder if this is a video or something. I found it. And I was like, oh, R-Truth is the best. That dude.
That's
And
freaking
the
hilarious.
babies.
I love it.
The babies.
I need more R-Truth in my life.
That was awesome.
Ivar over Otis and then Cody Rhodes over Shinsuke Nakamura.
What the fuck did I miss?
You missed the R-Truth video.
The R-Truth video we're putting over.
Oh shit!
How long was I gone?
Oh, I actually had to go take a
Not
piss.
long
The
enough.
funhouse closed.
Looks like you're stalling again.
Did you see the picture they had out there? Had Judgment Day? I think they were at airport or something. And R-Truth is way in the background, kind of like photobomb type deal.
I love how they just dubbed him in different random pictures.
Oh, I do
Yeah,
too.
the baby
Awesome.
pictures is what got me. Showed him
Oh,
all the
yeah.
videos. I want more R-Truth. I love it. NXT, Blair Davenport over Nikita Lyons. Corbin and Breaker over Gallus. Josh Briggs over Ora Mensa, that's it. Oro Mensa. That's one of the Fatal 4 guys, ain't it? Ain't that right, Brown?
Yeah. Oh,
It's a
yes.
metaphor. Metaphor.
Yeah, metaphor, yeah.
Sorry, guys. I thought I was out again. So
Metaphor. Thank you, voice.
yeah, the metaphor is really good. I like him a lot.
D'Angelo and Stacks over OTM.
So I want to talk about the girl. She brings a lot to that team, and I think that was very important to that team because they lost the one guy that he used to have 3 of them in that D'Angelo family, and now they only have the 2, and I just didn't think it worked as well. Adriana Rizzo is her name that she's going by, and she's playing that real Italian girl, and I think it just brings a lot to the table. I like. Yeah, she has so much attitude, and she has the accent, like the New York accent with the Italian. I mean, I love it. I think it's well done. It definitely helped that group because they're baby faces. You got to keep them baby faces. You know why? Because every mafia movie you see, you rooting for the mafia because they're the main character. You root for Tony Soprano. You root for you root for Joe Pesci. Why? Because they're the main characters. It's the same thing. You root for the mafia guys.
Ray Liotta, shout out.
Ray, good example. Ray Liotta. I mean, I even like The Godfather. I mean, you rooted for Michael Corleone. I know that's a little old for you guys, but he was the main character. Why would you root for the cops?
Right.
They don't even have names. They don't even have names.
Or do they?
No, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks. I think they got a good future as long as they keep using them right.
And the third guy, Cole Carter, shout out. I know we got
now Maria Kanellis, right?
But
Yeah, now he's with Griff Garrison.
Yeah, they're soon to be get their ass kicked, guys. I guess I don't know, but
I think we
I
call
would
them.
assume he goes back to WWE when his little suspension thing's up.
that was a shame with him for real. It was. It was a big opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He's only 23 years old. Big opportunity.
I saw his last match in Pittsburgh before he got called up to NXT. You could tell like that kid has it.
Yeah, he does have, and that was. I mean, listen, whatever happened. It's just a shame.
Yeah.
Now you can tell some of these younger guys, you can tell when they have it. I mean, I wish I had my head on my shoulders at that age, like he does. And there's a couple other guys like MGF did when he was 19, 20.
That's what I mean. These are kids. They're young.
I know, man. I know what the hell. I didn't have my head on my shoulders. I was like 32.
Heard that.
I mean, that's what I say about when these young kids start at work. I'm like, guys, we got to look at this from the big picture. What were you doing at 21? Because I know what I was doing, and it wasn't this.
Yeah, I was trying to raise a kid.
I was trying to do nothing. I was just trying to get through the night. Yeah, I was in college, barely making it.
I was out of college.
That's what. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
put yourself in those shoes sometimes. Come on, or you're immature.
Yeah, I didn't mature till like I was almost 30
I'm
myself.
not mature yet. I'm 47. I'm doing this.
Also heard that.
Can't even argue that. GG Dolan and Cora Jade. Damn good match. Cora Jade wins that one. Axiom and Nathan Frazier over Hank and Tank. Axiom and Frazier, I see them winning the whole deal. The Dusty Rhodes Classic. Dragon Lee goes over Lexus King. And then Oba Femi cashes in his opportunity from it's not the Money in the Bank, but it's the same idea. Come out and he beats Dragon Lee to be the new North American champion.
Yeah, big push for him.
They're pushing this guy fast.
And I liked it. It was different. I didn't expect it. But are you really going to gloss over the Fallon Tiffany Stratton deal?
I didn't get to watch all of it, so I didn't.
Oh, come on, man. She was her farmhand. It was tremendous.
Oh,
It
I
was,
saw it. I
it was
saw it.
so bad. It was so bad. It was good. She comes in like a Barbie outfit with a little coat, pink, walking around in shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just good old fashioned entertainment.
The E
Oh,
in
it's good that they
WWE.
finished the story too.
Yeah, and Fallon Henley was on Busted Open talking about it. It was only for one day. I wouldn't be surprised you see them be a tag team.
That's what happened with her and shit. When
Kiana James.
Was it
Kiana
Kiana
James,
James?
yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
they won the tag titles last year. I see them if they do a women's Dusty Cup, that it'd be Fallon and Tiffany winning.
I do too. And I think Fallon is getting over real good, and Tiffany's already there.
Yeah. And Kiana James, all three of them, I think, are the future of women's
Yeah, they're
wrestling.
good. They all have
Yeah,
very
yeah.
different looks. All very different look as well.
Oh, Kiana James, roll tide.
I don't know which one I like best of the three. You know, just depends on the night, I guess. Heyo.
You think Roll Tide will be a good saying moving forward? Since, Saban retired and stuff.
Roll Tide.
Dude, how about that, man? Who saw that coming?
17
Oh.
years, right?
It's this NIL stuff, man, and the draft portal.
It is a pain in the
The
ass.
transfer
But we can
portal,
go on that
everything.
forever. I think it's ruining college football, but
Yeah,
It's
it's
ru-
making too much of a business.
ruining the Bulls, you know?
Dude, they had a big thing about get rid of them. Nobody wants to play in them. Get rid of them. There's too many.
They only cared about there was only the championships that mattered this year. And Ohio State didn't play their quarterback going to Syracuse.
The lower teams that make bowl games, you notice none of them sit out. They all play them. I'm cool with bowl games, dude. I like football.
I don't agree.
But when the like number 5 and number 6 rest a
Yeah.
bunch of people or whatever,
But-
that's
but
bullshit.
I don't think
The
a
people
team
in
of
the lower
500
bowls,
deserves to be celebrated,
play it.
though.
Notre Dame's quarterback didn't play because he entered the draft. I mean, but why is he entering the draft before the season's over? I just don't understand the system here. Finish the season, then you're allowed to do it. What are we doing if you're not finished? I'm not playing the Super Bowl because I'm going to retire this year. What?
It's not the Super Bowl though. That's
But it's somebody's putting out a lot of money for them to be in these bowls. Someone's putting up a big sponsorship for them to be in these bowls, and people are buying tickets. You should be.
I have a feeling after what Georgia did to Florida State, because even Georgia was like, "Hey, we ain't arresting nobody. Like, we're gonna fucking mollywop these."
And what did
fools."
Florida State do? Arrested
They
22
did.
people.
Yeah, and even Kirby Smart after the game was like, "Hey, y'all got to do something about this. Like, this is
Yeah,
bad.
because, I
It
mean,
makes Florida State look like shit. It makes the bowl look like shit.
Yeah,
like,
it
you gotta
did.
do something."
It's bullshit. It's this. I can't believe this is happening. This is allowed to happen.
Yeah, something's got to change. I mean, either get rid of all 50 bowl games, because I don't want to go
next
to
year
the
is
bowl
a
game and watch a
12-team
6 and
system.
16 play.
So next year you have the 12-team playoff system. So that has to change things.
Those
And
younger
then, like,
teams,
have
are-
6 or 7 bowl games. That's it.
man, but the lower teams, they show out. I like the fact that they actually get an opportunity to play in one.
Yeah,
Like,
listen,
Texas
it's money. It's money.
State
They're gonna
packed
keep
out
doing
like
it.
26,000 people at their little bowl game, and it was a no shit bowl game. I don't remember which one it was, but they packed out 20 something thousand. Like, that's the most attendance they had at a game, and they blasted whoever they played, and they drank all the stadium's beer by the third quarter, which was funny as fuck.
Now, by the way, you said Roll Tide. Look what we did.
Yep. Turned into
Damn it, Jonah
the first
Jones.
30 minutes of Jeff Jarrett's podcast.
I'm pissed off. Don't piss me off, right?
Boom.
Kick me off. Beep. All right, Dynamite real quick with that Hangman over Claudio.
Great
match.
Prince
Loved it.
Coast-
2 buckshot lariats.
I'm telling you, man, Jacksonville loves them some Hangman, dude. That dude.
And that was a good match.
How
That
fun
was
is it
good.
just to be in Daly's place? Just that small place. I
I
love
like it, man.
it. It just reminds me of AEW. It's just
I
AEW.
hate
the way the entrance
hate the
is,
setup.
everything. Oh,
I like the
bullshit.
setup. I
love
like
it.
it. It's different.
It's
Shut
close,
up, Mike.
man. You're real close there. It feels like you're really
I
close
understand
there.
that, but the way I didn't like it.
I liked it because it's back.
I
It just
love
made me
it.
feel
I've been
like
there like 8 times. I love it. I love going there.
it's
The
2 years
way they
old.
used to do it,
Nostalgic.
yeah, the way they used to do it was all right, but the way they had it set up this week,
I think there
didn't
just wasn't a lot of people there.
like it.
Well, it only
they
holds
didn't.
like 5,000.
Yeah, but I
I
think
think
there
it
was less
was
than
like 5,500. I think there was like 3,000 there.
that. Yeah.
And
I
it
think
was
so.
cold, like for Jacksonville. Like,
Yeah, I love it that it's outside. You know, it's so cool.
Literally, it was cool out there. But it seems
Wish I
like
was there.
Hangman always does his best in Jacksonville.
For real. Daly's place is like his place.
His daily place, his place. I like that. But
These are
Chris-
he ain't gonna pay for it.
He is over in Jacksonville.
yeah, I mean him against, was it Brian Cage that we went to?
Yes, sir. That was
Great
fucking
ass
awesome.
match, man.
Opened the card, and that was the first one with the live crowd since COVID.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Fucking
Craig got to come
sick,
back.
dude. When you hear that gallop and the whole crowd just erupted, oh, I loved it.
I love this. It feels like he's got an edge to him now. Like he's a little more gritty.
He's very dirty.
And he grabbed someone's beer and drank it. I was
He's a
like,
little more down and dirty. I
That's
like
old
that.
school Hangman right there.
Ever since that match with Swerve, he's kind of turned that up.
Yeah, I wish he would dive into it a little bit more. Just
yeah,
get
he
the
got to
shit.
see him twice in like the first hour.
It was like he's been growing his beard out or something.
Like James was booking this show. We need more Hangman.
Need more Hangman. And then we go from Hangman to an 8-man. Hangman to an 8-man. Preston Vance, Adam Copeland, Orange Cassidy, and Dustin Rhodes beat Brian Cage, Lance Archer. There we go. Bring Lance Archer in to lose in an 8-man for
You know what
one
though?
night.
And he's a 6-man tag champ. And then he loses in his like
Oh, yeah,
multi-man tag.
All this was just a tribute to Brody Lee because
Yeah,
obviously
I like
Vance.
Preston's
Vance is a
fan
heel,
thing.
okay? And
Yeah,
you're
it was
gonna
good.
bring up Anna Jay too. She's a heel, but they were both not heels tonight. Like, you know what I mean? This is all about Brody Lee.
Man,
It was
just
about
Lance Archer out of nowhere. That was the weird part. Just
I think they were just getting the people in there to support Brody Lee.
and
Yeah.
Jake the Snake, man, getting physical. I like seeing that.
Yes, sir.
Don't mind at all.
I like Dustin in there. Hook him.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Dustin's
a
he's having a good run this year.
feel good show.
And Adam Copeland at Dailies. I was like,
Yeah, it's
hey,
weird.
you know,
It's weird.
it was. I mean, watching him walk out, and I was like, man, that's who would have saw that a year ago? You know,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's something we like. You'd ask us last year, we'd have said hell no, no way. Guevara over Starks, Anna Jay, Thunder Rosa, Statlander, and Nightingale over Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Saraya, Ruby Soho, Roddy Strong over Brian Keith. There he is again, Brian Keith, baby. Damn good match too.
Yeah, good match. I knew he was losing.
I know he's getting the Mark Briscoe love.
But he's getting a lot of matches and he's gonna be there eventually, I guess.
I hope they go ahead and sign him, man.
They like him. They like him.
I hope he gets to stick around because I think he's been independent wrestling for a while now. So it's like a LA Knight. Oh, I've been wrestling for 20 years. Overnight success story almost.
Eddie Kingston.
And then Sting and Darby over to Kesta and Powerhouse Hobbs.
All right, so I don't know if you guys remember about a month ago or 2 months ago when he said who's gonna be I made a joke that it was gonna be the Young Bucks.
Yeah. So it's your fault for this shit.
Sure as shit. Tony
Well,
Khan.
you, Brad.
I was kidding.
Well, somebody heard you.
But they know what? They're AEW. They're AEW.
But you know what though? And if Sting didn't want this match, it wouldn't happen.
No, listen, I'm just glad they're all upright right now after what I watched last night.
Yeah, Mike, that's a good point, man. Didn't think about that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it. I would like something else. I don't know what. I think I would rather a single match for him.
They're not doing that.
I'd rather see Sting versus Darby.
Apparently, they don't want to go that direction.
Right.
they are
I'd
great.
rather over them the Young Bucks.
But
I would
I
rather
mean,
for
whatever.
his last match be a single
they'll
match.
take care of them. They'll make them look good.
After that table
Oh, yeah,
bump, I'm
definitely.
hoping he's good because he kept saying
what-
my back.
I mean, as bad
looked
as he
like he
looked,
hit his
Darby
head,
looked
too.
worse. Darby scares me, man, every time. Freaking
yeah, when
nuts.
they threw him and his head hit the ropes,
Dude, that was rough. You ever
He
hit one of them-
landed hard on his arm, man.
and his
If you
head
ever
like
hit one of them ropes, you'll know how bad
hey,
that
shit whipped himself.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He's absolutely crazy.
that double toss, whatever, when he hit the rope, could have been bad.
It's just
Because if he would have went
how
just
many
a
times do
little
we see
further-
this?
Every time he wrestles, it's like
I just don't know. Every time. Then he gets up.
like the rope hit him here, and if the rope would have hit him here, it would have whiplashed him. I mean,
Yep.
we're
then
talking
when he-
6 inches.
But when he
And-
limped back into the ring, were you sure if he wasn't hurt? I'm still not sure.
I still don't know.
No, but then he was standing there and then he looked all right.
my buddy Jesse, I was on the phone with him. We were watching it, and he's like, Damn, is he gonna retire with Sting? Because he's gonna be so beat up too. Like Darby
He's
calls
not.
quits.
He cannot go long term. He cannot. Not this way. Freaking dude, man. 9 lives. He used them all twice.
Yeah, he's pushing it. And then Ric Flair, I love him to death, but he needs to stay out of the ring.
Yeah, I'm done.
That
Yeah,
was
it was kind of weird watching him get in the ring.
Yeah, and trying to get out. He looked like he was trying to step on ice with roller skates.
Right? Yeah. So,
then when he was getting out of the ring looked pretty bad too.
That's what I'm saying. When he was getting out of the ring, it looked like he was trying to step on ice with roller skates or something. It was rough, man. I just, if he wants to be there for Sting support, great, awesome. But that's all he needs to do.
Keep it outside the ring. If somebody goes to the outside, chop him a couple times, do whatever. Get your woos in, but man.
And what is he going to do after Sting retires? I mean, he's supposed to be there for a year or so.
Keep getting them checks. That's what he's going to do. He's just going to maybe make a TV appearance here and there and just keep getting them checks.
Tell you what, man.
Yeah.
But that's it, man. Good week of wrestling. I know we got the TNA Hard to Kill coming up. Royal Rumble in 2 weeks as we record. So it's gonna be great, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in Tampa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to meeting Haku. Kind of intimidated to shake his hand. Just be like, hey, we just, just pass it. Because I don't want I don't have health insurance, you know what I'm saying? I don't want like a broken hand.
Mommy, uncle.
It'd be cool to go to the bar with him because he's a double tough son of a bitch and be like, oh, you got a problem with me? Mr. Haku, sir?
That guy, that's my uncle. No, it's not. Yeah, he's my wrestling uncle.
For real. I'm a noose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're ooses.
Everybody but me.
That's all right. You'll be one day, buddy, when you get grown up.
Yeah. You can try out like Sammy did, but we all saw how that went.
I guess you're just not really that oosy, Brad.
Right?
Moving on.
Oh, now you want to feel oosy. I hear you.
Well, I appreciate that, Adam. And always there's a lot of good shit going on in wrestling right now. But you know what else is good? Today's agenda. So I believe we're gonna kick it to the voice with no face. Bryant. Show us your face. But what is today's agenda, Bryant?
Yeah, I'm not gonna show my face. I'm just gonna stay up here in the heavens.
Y'all hear that? What is
Big
that?
Brother is watching.
So much fun. We are gonna be covering today 2 matches from Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow, who is a native New Jersey guy, was born in 1961. Had an amazing high school career until realizing wasn't his potential. So he dropped out to make some money, to make an actual living. Did jobs as a bodyguard, a bouncer, and was also a bounty hunter. Because let's be honest, if that guy's chasing you, you'll stop. I'm just saying.
The dog, the big bad dog.
Either stop or run faster.
Yeah, if you're crazy enough to get a skull tattoo, I mean, there's a guy at Pro South that he goes by the Mongrel. He's got shaved head and got the skull tattoo, man. God almighty.
So speaking of skull tattoo, we were all talking before, and Brad was out of this conversation, but we decided if we can get 5,000 people to follow us, Brad is going to get a skull tattoo.
Yeah, we talked about that when you went off the screen, Brad.
Yeah,
yes.
5,000 people to follow us where?
Everywhere.
Anywhere. All together.
On social media.
We can add them all up together. If we get 5,000 people.
He's gonna get a butterfly tattoo, not a flames, like a real big, butterfly thing.
Love it.
You guys are great.
Love it. Bam Bam would start training in 1985 at the Monster Factory under Larry Sharp. His actual pro debut would be in August at a Studio 54 show promoted by Paul Heyman. who will come back into the story later. In 86, he would join Memphis before getting his first big break in 1987, joining the WWF. Didn't really have much of a stellar run in his first run, the highlights being the last person on Team Hogan at the Survivor Series and entering the WrestleMania 4 tournament. He would leave in 88 before joining WCW, getting a U.S. title shot versus Barry Windham in the most random match in Starrcade that year. Before eventually going over to Japan, where he would see most of his big-time success over there, wrestling for New Japan and All Japan. He would have a second stint in WWE in 1992. Highlights being the finalist in the King of the Ring in 1993. For some people, his rivalry with Doink. And then, of course, his true highlight, main eventing WrestleMania 11 with Lawrence Taylor. Upon a bad... He did. Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. After a failed face turn, he would leave and join ECW in 1996, where he would form the Triple Threat with the franchise Shane Douglas and Chris Candido. He would have some success there, winning multiple championships, the TV title and the world title. Eventually leaving upon the usual ECW thing of not being paid, and would join WCW. He would have a stint there in the Jersey Triad with DDP and Chris Kanyon, winning the WCW tag titles and the hardcore title, before disappearing from television for a while. That would be because in 2000, he would actually be taking time off due to receiving second-degree burns over 40% of his body, as he actually saved 3 children from a burning house.
You don't hear about that. You don't hear about stuff like that around here anymore.
Yeah, no, not at all. He would stick with WCW until its eventual close in 2001, working some indie events after that, mostly through Europe as well in the Northeast. His last match would be in November of 2006. And then, unfortunately, January of 2007, Bam Bam would pass away at his home in Florida.
So I just want to add something. I know we're on kind of a time crunch because we have a lot to pack in, but that's what I'm talking about. He saved 3. He's saving lives, and yes, he got into some trouble, and he had some substance abuse problems and stuff like that. But he's a good-hearted man, and he did some really good things. And I'm honestly, on a personal level, one of my best friend, actually, his father taught him, was his English teacher at Neptune High School. And this is someone that dropped out of school, and I'm gonna tell you what, he has nothing but good things to say about him. Said he was always a gentleman, and always a gentleman to him. So that's good to hear. And little, it's funny, these connections, but just want to say that he had some bad times, but he did some really good things. He had a really good heart.
Yeah, it seemed like I was watching, I think, the Rock's TV show, and the few episodes I watched, it showed Bam Bam in Tennessee, and they said he was just nothing but a nice guy. I mean, it's just because he just looked so massive, he was hard to approach. But they said he's just one of the nicest, sweetest, gentlest guys you'll ever meet.
Yep. So just wanted to say that. Thanks for that, Brian. And that's today's agenda.
Yay!
Hell
Yes,
yeah!
Back to you, James. Yes.
Can't wait. I like Bam Bam as a wee little James, so I'm down to discuss some matches. And what matches are they? Well, I'm glad you asked, because this first one, it's a doozy. And it is Crusher Bam Bam Bigelow, because that's what he went by in Japan, versus Kenta Kobashi. It is a All Japan Pro Wrestling Superpower Series taping or match, day 17, for those wondering. It took place at the Chiba Park Gymnasium in Chiba, Japan. Damn, look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty nice.
What year was this?
Looks like someplace I should go on Sunday.
It was June 5th, 1990.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just weird seeing Bigelow with no tattoos on his head.
That's a new body style vehicle on the right there.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the picture is from 1990.
I know. As soon as I said it, I'm sorry I did.
You can tell which one of us is the car salesman here. Just saying.
Heyo.
Yep, there's the Solon, whoever that is, right there in the middle.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry.
Whoever that
Anyway,
was.
oh yeah, it just looks like a nice Nissan Rogue, new body stuff. But
Yeah.
what do I know about Nissans?
The
I know there's
Chiba
a
Park
Subaru right
Gymnasium.
there.
Shout out to wrestling at a gymnasium in Japan. Chiba, Japan. As I said, it took place June 5th, 1990. It had an attendance of 3,350, and it had a match length of 7 minutes and 38 seconds. But Devyn. Oh no, wait. No
Is that a
building.
phone booth right there on the right?
I didn't put a build on here.
Well, it says no build in Japanese, but can we do the build in English? Ah, da-dum, psh.
But you do have a build, don't you, Bryant?
Sure, we'll go with it.
Where'd the phone booth go?
Crusher Bam Bam Bigelow, who had actually been a mainstay in New Japan Pro Wrestling, in 1990 would make the transition to All Japan. Upon entering All Japan, he would challenge any one of the top stars of All Japan to prove his worth to the fans. And the first person to actually step up to him would be one of the pillars of All Japan, Kenta Kobashi.
Great.
And that's how we got here.
James, who are the announcers?
Motherfucker. I knew you were going to do
First
this.
question. First question.
And I really actually tried to Google this and look it up, but I have no idea.
Perfect. Adam, do you have any information for us on Kenta Kobashi for the folks at home?
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
How about you, Bryant?
Kenta Kobashi was a mainstay of All Japan Pro Wrestling, considered one of the pillars at the time. Had a great rivalry with Mitsuharu Misawa and Kawada as well. They were considered the three pillars of All Japan at the time. And he was kind of the mainstay and the top star of All Japan. After a while, he would eventually exodus and fall out and go form Pro Wrestling Noah with Misawa. And then that would be their promotion until his eventual retirement.
Great. Thank you so much for that. Drop kick Kobashi. And then another kick knocks Bigelow down. Body slam Bigelow. Kick by Bam Bam. Body slam misses the headbutt.
They didn't call it body slam. What'd they call it?
Slam a body. I didn't call it anything. It was freaking in Japanese.
They called it something. What is it in Japanese, Brad?
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I think I got every move right.
Well, we want to hear it in Japanese.
Stay tuned. Drop kick by Kobashi, very aggressive, misses the elbow. Devyn, shit, here we go. Mike, he moves so good for a big man, but sells so good for smaller guys. But Kenta's not really a smaller guy. But what makes Kenta such a believable opponent?
Cause he's like the Triple H of New Japan.
All Japan.
All Japan. That's what I said. Edit.
I agree.
So test of strength goes on for a while. Kicks by Kobashi, has the upper hand now, working the arm. Headbutt Bigelow, throws Kobashi out of the ring. All right, back to you, Mike. Can you figure out who's the heel or babyface at this point in the match? Not any further, but like early on. Were you confused?
Yeah. I
And
mean,
what-
I was rooting for Bam Bam because he was an American guy. So
There it is.
Wow. Okay. All
I
right.
mean, you go if you're in the Olympics, do you want Japan to win, or do you want United States to win? That's how I seen it. When
Shout out to our
when
friends
we go-
over in Japan.
when we go over there, like we got a bunch of other stuff going on. You hear all the time in arena, the crowd and everything else saying USA. What's the difference?
You got it. All right.
I agree.
So, it's not a bad one. All right. So
Yeah, they were
Kobashi
boom, bam, bam. So he's, he's right.
Kobashi punching Bigelow on the ground looks like a MMA fight. James, did you think that had like a MMA fight feel, like a big fight feel?
I did. I don't know. It seems like, this is more of a crowd thing, but yeah, when they go to the ground, you kind of see the crowd kind of liven up a little bit, but this is a Japan crowd, and it's weird that they're like notoriously quiet. It just trips me out, like, because in America or, anywhere else, really, you go down the ground, start doing that stuff, usually the crowd get a little bit like screaming, but here it's just like, quiet and clapping until later on in the match, obviously.
Yeah, they are a different crowd. It is a little tough for me to watch Japan in a Japanese venue. It's an adjustment for me, even with the wrestlers that I know. So I do watch it. They're definitely a different feel, and it was truly a different feel even for COVID after COVID, because it's still Japanese kept a COVID thing going on for a lot longer than we did, and still wear masks as far as I see.
They're real. Japan's real like cleanliness and all that stuff. Like they're real big on that.
And China
they'll arrest you for like spitting on the street and shit like that.
Yeah, China, they were wearing masks before COVID. I mean, it's a thing. So it's a different culture for sure. Kobashi chants, Bigelow talking shit, puts his hand out, catches Kobashi's leg, headbutt from Bigelow to the lower extremities. Now we know who the heel is. Now onto the legs. Bigelow really working the leg. Adam, do you like this style of wrestling?
Oh, hell yeah. It's classic Japanese. Work a body part, man.
Kobashi fighting back, but Bigelow gets control back. Then a suplex cover kick out. Bigelow yelling his own name, which I thought was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So, back to you, James. This was actually for Devyn, but I think it's your thing because it's talk about the crowd. Do you think the crowd is intimidated by a guy like Bigelow?
Probably. I mean, not to get to I'll just put it this way. He's probably a lot taller than a lot of the population in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously bigger because, they eat like healthier. And so to see like a big guy like that, I mean, I know they have sumos and shit, but yeah, to see a tall, like big ass dude like that, it probably is intimidating. And, back to what, Mike was kind of saying, they are booing him. Like when he walks out, they're booing him. And yeah, but man, he could move too.
Yeah, he could. He definitely could.
Cool stuff.
Roundhouse kick by Kobashi looked absolutely great. Splash in the corner by Bigelow. He's just too much, right, Mike? I mean, he's just too much of a man for this, Kobashi, isn't he?
He seems like it. I mean, because like you said, I mean, he's a big guy, so.
Bigelow misses a splash. Suplex by Kobashi. Cover, kick out at 2. Kobashi kick. Double drop kick to Bigelow off the top rope. Just freaking fantastic. Small package, kick out. Body slam-ish. Kobashi. But then misses the moonsault off the top rope. Body slam by Bigelow. Then the running splash into the 1, 2, 3 pin. Not a long match, but I think they got all their stuff in. It was actually very fast paced.
That fucking backflip off the top, man. Woo!
Yeah.
And then just to like land like just straight on, the front of your body. Like, not a flat back bump type thing, but just to land like face first. Yeah. I applaud the wrestlers that do that shit because that has to.
It was definitely a good match.
So
I've never seen it before. I liked it.
So the thing is like we're talking about the second match we talk about. We're not going to say what it is yet, but 2 very different matches, 2 very different points in Bigelow's career. Obviously, this shows his athleticism a lot more than the second match. But it's just so amazing how a guy like this can move. I mean, I can't move like this. I'm 160 pounds. You know what I mean?
That.
But
yeah,
like
he's heel in this match, and a little bit different in the next match. But
how does a guy like he's obviously overweight, right? I mean, we can say that but he's so athletic. It's just amazing.
You didn't ask me who the referee was.
Hey, Adam, who's the referee?
It's Red Shoes Uno.
Oh, it is Red Shoes, and Red Shoes is still around today, right?
Yeah, he was back in All Japan back then.
I can't believe I forgot about the referee, Adam.
Okay.
Well, you know what happened last week when I asked you about the referee?
Yeah, I was.
You said, don't know, don't care. I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I might have added the don't care, but that's how it sounded.
Then he said it like right when we got done with the match. He was like,
"Oh yeah.
Oh, the referee was this guy."
And then he talks about Charlotte Flair not being on the list, again. And...
So everybody forgets about the referee till they need us.
Boom.
So anyway, that's the match, guys. Of course, we have another one that we're gonna do about the same length, really. But back to you, James.
She said,
Heyo.
Same length.
Hey, good match, good everything. I dug it. So I guess we're gonna go to Devyn next. So
come on, man.
Sammy Guevara, San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy.
Another edition of No More Crew.
Eric is amazing. Eric is awesome. Eric is great.
How about we just have Mike book WrestleMania, James? What do you think?
Here.
Sammy Guevara was back in Daly's place.
Yes.
Where he got ran over by a golf cart one time.
Another edition of Know Your Crew We couldn't decide on a Rumble to
This weekend we have a great match ahead of. All right, we know Devyn.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
but
we should
yeah.
just let Mike book WrestleMania. So,
we,
Mike.
we asked which Royal Rumble to do, and all 5 of us gave 5 different answers.
That's so true.
Know your crew.
Right. But
All
hey,
right.
a friend of the show, Bober, had an idea about all of us booking WrestleMania. So it's Mike's turn. So, Mike, what's your 2-day card look like?
All right, my 2-day card. Night 1, first match. I got Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus Bronson Reed and Ivar for the Raw Tag Team
He
title.
is willing it into existence. He wants this tag team. They don't even exist yet. He's got them in WrestleMania. Going for the
First match,
not even a
first day,
tag
like
team.
first match, first day, legit opening WrestleMania.
That's right. That's gonna be
Fantastic.
Bronson Reed and Ivar. I'm down for that.
I think they would make a kick-ass tag.
We've heard. We've heard.
And it's for the
Bronson Reed
Raw
ain't been
Tag
on the
Team.
Raw while either, has he?
No. Then I got Bailey versus Io Sky for the Women's Championship. I got Escobar and his people, whoever the fuck they are, versus Rey Mysterio and the LWO with Zelina on a pole match.
Good,
Hey,
good luck on that.
Well, don't get it that way. Whoever wins gets her contract, and she's their new manager.
all right. Hey, listen, I love the creativity at the very least. None of it's going to happen, but I love the creativity.
And then, I know they're kind of friends right now. They're good, but I think something's going to happen. So I'm going to put Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller in an Inferno match. Get rid of that other.
You just keep adding one
Gimmicking it up, baby.
nonsense.
Yeah, right. It's
Nonsense
WrestleMania.
moment.
We got to do something. For the
That's a good idea with them being 1-on-1, but you lost with the Inferno match.
Just gimmicking
well,
up
I just
WrestleMania,
gotta
baby.
do that.
Is this TNA or is this WrestleMania?
For the
Vince
U.S.
Russo
title.
struck again.
Damn right. Well, he has to be some part of it. He keeps saying he's behind the scenes creative. So, U.S. title. I got Logan Paul versus Montez Ford. Think that would be a badass match. For the women's tag team title, I got Katrina Chance and Kaden Carter.
Yeah.
Carter and just go Carter and Chance. Easier.
Yeah. Versus Becky and Belair.
The
Hashtag-
Fresh Prince.
Huh?
The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Oh, Bianca. Oh.
Bianca.
Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about live flip turned upside down.
I'm just saying. I mean,
So I'm curious who you have Rhea against them.
Yep.
He's curious
And
too.
then in one of our special matches, it's going to be a buried alive match because these two people
Another
always
gimmick.
bury each other. I'm going to have Pat McAfee versus Corey Graves.
In a buried alive match.
Two Yinzers in a buried alive match.
And then in a very special match, we're going to have Randy Orton come out there, challenge anybody to come out there and face him because he has to be on WrestleMania. And who's going to come out?
Sasha Banks.
MJF.
What the fuck is going on?
Hey.
I'm going to tell you right now, this ain't going to happen, but I want to watch it.
Is this Herb Abrams? You doing cocaine?
Hey, who's booking it? I didn't say I was paying for
No,
it.
listen, I want to watch it. Can we
It
watch
sounds
this?
like Herb Abrams and the 8-Ball is booking this
Mike
shit.
is giving us his WrestleMania.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to have for the main event, night 1, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
Wow, you're really swerving me, bro.
I'm going there.
Vince
You see
Russo
why.
is at it again.
Damn right. Night 2. We got Jimmy Uso versus Jay Uso. Last
See?
man standing
I
match.
knew you were gonna do something.
Another gimmick.
Damn right.
That wouldn't be bad for them two though, because
I don't
let's
care.
see which
They,
brother's the
they
better.
have to have something going on with it.
I just
Something's-
don't care about the Usos facing
Okay.
each other. I'm sorry. But I believe you. That's the only
we
one
can
that's counted so
have-
far, except for Last Man Standing. But
Kiara Sane and Asuka versus Becky and Bianca Belair.
again,
Again?
Again?
Because they're going to be pissed off and they're going to challenge for them. And Becky and them is be like, well, we're badasses, so we'll wrestle 2 nights in a row. Boom. There you go.
But you gotta have
Boom.
this one gimmicked up because if they're in a match
that-
again,
yeah,
you gotta
it's
give
is a
It'll be a
bra and
ladder
panties
match.
match or anything like that, or what?
It's for the tag titles.
Okay, that's the gimmick.
Yeah.
That's a gimmick. I'm going to have Gunther putting his IC title on the line against Braun Breaker.
Okay,
I wouldn't be mad at that.
For the SmackDown tag team titles, Finn Balor, Damian Priest versus the phenomenal AJ Styles and LA Knight. Boom.
Team TNA.
They're done. Then I'm going to have Dom Mysterio in a Falls Count Anywhere match against Shane McMahon.
what? It's
My
not even with the company. He's
WrestleMania.
not even with the company anymore.
Did I bitch at your thing? What do you mean it's not with the
Yeah, a
company?
little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
We go back to the video.
Dude, this is
Yeah,
gonna be
let's do it.
fucking Mike's WrestleManias are both gonna be 8 hours each with all these fucking gimmick matches.
Damn right. You're gonna get your money's worth if you're going. You're welcome, Brad. Then all right, where am I? Then I have for the women's world title, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill.
Okay.
Okay. And then our very special match, not the main event, special match.
Is that what it's called? The special match?
Yep. We're gonna have The Rock, John Cena teaming up to face Solo and Jacob Fatu.
You almost took my idea.
And then in the main event, of course, we're gonna have Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman in a shark cage. The winner gets the title and Paul Heyman.
Wait,
So we
what
could
was-
potentially have Cody 2 belts? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
so wait, we're
CM
gonna
Punk?
unify these titles
CM
again?
Punk. No, CM Punk. Did I say Cody? I meant
You
CM
did.
Hey,
Punk.
Cody.
Okay. Roman versus CM Punk.
Mute his
Paul
ass.
Heyman in a shark cage. And Paul Heyman's service is on the line.
I'm going home.
I have never wanted to will a show into existence more than this one right now.
I know. It is so
Listen,
funny.
I did this.
I think you
last
found your
Saturday
talent, Mike. I
at
think
like 3 o'clock after I drank like a 12-pack and a half. And I'm like, yes, let's keep on going.
builds and booking WrestleMania. That's Mike.
What in the Herb Abrams Vince Russo did we just witness right here?
And Mike doesn't even like him.
I'm just saying.
Can I ask Mike a question now? I got a
Go
question
for
here.
it.
You just said you drank a 12-pack and a half. Why don't you just buy an 18-pack?
I was, well, yeah, but I'm just saying. I had 24 in there. And
That's that
I was
Georgia Steiner math, bro.
booking WrestleMania. I was booking WrestleMania. I said, man, this got to be good. Because if I'm going to go to WrestleMania and spend like $5,000 or whatever it is, damn Brad spent to go to WrestleMania, what am I going to win?
That's what I'll take.
I like how Mike was like, man, it's got to be good. I'm going to go the opposite way.
I'm just saying. It will be a draw. Let's book it.
All right. Well, thanks, Mike.
Triple H listens to this show. He called me the other day. He listens to the show.
Oh.
This is the second time you've mentioned Triple H in the show.
I think he watches. I think he watches on Watch Premiere on YouTube.
I think he does too. And you can
there's
also
a lot of
watch us
people watching on there. I'll tell you that.
Let's see how many of those matches are on WrestleMania.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Maybe one.
What are you drinking now, James?
Oh, the cold, refreshing taste of Natural Light.
Oh, so we're off the pinky out stuff.
It was only one left in the fridge, so I just wanted to open it with the Stella. But because here's the thing, Brad. I tried to switch it up, but hey, why don't I just stay with what's natural? Natural Light.
The fuck, Brad doing push-ups on the show?
Oh, those were
what
dips.
he's doing.
Thanks, dips.
What are
So what do you guys want to do now? James, you want to do your spirit? I don't want to do match 2 without Devyn, do we?
Do you?
We're waiting.
Well, we can.
So what better way than to let me scroll down. Spirit says. Well, hey, I want to mention shout out to the Cowboys.
We're live now.
Is that the first time you've read it? Is that the first time? I was going to say, there's no way.
Nah, I just wanted to see what your reaction would be. But no, hey, it's good to be home. And the Cowboys have, definitely won all their home games this season. But hey, it's not about that. But I guess it is. Whatever. Anyway, like last week, when I mentioned like the sun will come out, shout out to the Beatles because here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. George Harrison song too. Shout out to him, the silent Beatle. But yeah, it's all about showing up, taking care of business. When you have a home game, you're supposed to show up in TCOB and you have that home crowd behind you. So hopefully football was good this weekend, but let's talk about sports because we're like 2 weeks, by the time this airs, it's old hat. They're probably fired McCarthy by now. Maybe they got Belichick though, huh?
He's going to Atlanta.
Should go wherever Tom Brady goes.
Well, he goes to Atlanta if Kirby Smart don't go to Atlanta.
Shout out.
Boy, howdy. But yeah, not a lot going on this week. Just, LIVIN, and I hope everybody else out there is LIVIN also. I want to give a shout out to the fans and the friends and the guys I do the podcast with because don't really have a lot of free time, it feels like, but this is my free time and I fucking dig it. And I love being a smartass, as obviously everybody knows by now. Don't ever take too much of what I say seriously because you'll know when I'm serious. And this is usually my serious segment. But hey, why not cut up and have a little fun? Because tomorrow will be the rise of the sun. Do. But yeah, shout out to the Beatles. Support the Beatles. They desperately need it. Yeah, right. But what you got, Adam? What was that?
I have the match. I have the build up. If you want to go ahead and start it.
No, that's fine. And that is the spirit of your team losing. Is that what I wrote?
Spirit of 16 straight home wins. But what happened this week?
That's right.
Not like you set me up on that one.
I know. Because the thing is, it's over at this point. And, everybody knows we do this a week ahead of time. And it's like, sometimes we sound like idiots. Sometimes we sound like geniuses.
Right.
Mostly idiots, though.
Yeah, so you guys enjoy the Rumble, huh? Good stuff, right? I can't believe insert name here. I can't believe they won. But no, we do tape in advance, and it does get a little tricky talking about sports. And this week in wrestling sometimes is
2 weeks ago.
yeah, that week in wrestling. But
Just
I
keep
like
in
it
mind.
because
Yeah.
I like it because keeps me up to date.
Just keep in mind, there's 5 of us, 6 of us, really, and it's hard to get us all together on the same night. So as you can see, so we try to keep it consistent.
And I like I like it. This is I've said it a million times, I'll say it again. I look forward to this. Obviously, like the 30 minutes before we start, I'm kind of like a little nervous. And then behind the scenes, takes me a little while to start the episode because but once you start, man, you just gotta keep going, baby. Show up, if you step up to the plate, you better swing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Well, hey.
And I think
Don't Ryan Howard it.
I think we're hitting good right now. What's up, Mike?
Well, look on the bright side. It's been like what, 2 weeks and you've been on time?
See, I can make a Goldberg streak out of it, right, Mike? Boom.
Yeah.
Talk about Triple H. I'll talk about Goldberg.
Shout out Triple H.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, man. Hope everybody has a good week. Keep on keeping on, and as always, if you need a friend, just turn on your show. It ain't our show; it's your show. So if you need to ease your mind, that's what we're here for.
He's
And
logging on right now, guys.
Yeah, shout out to Devyn for saying we're going to start at 9. We started at 8, and it's 9:30 anyway.
There you go.
Hey guys.
But that's the spirit of whatever.
But what's that with match 2?
Are we going to match 2?
Well, you could do the opening.
Might as well. And what match is that? Boy, I hope y'all are ready because this one is also a doozy. It is Bam Bam Bigelow versus Shane Douglas for the ECW Heavyweight Championship.
Wait a minute. That picture is not from the show we're watching.
Definitely not.
That's from
No,
a week
it is
or two
not.
later.
Yeah, no, it is not.
Busted.
Definitely in Pittsburgh, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It took place on ECW.
Who's wearing the same uniform though?
great.
Why does it look like a
Right.
cheap Triple H ripoff?
Well, because
It
he
is a
tries to
cheap
copy
Triple
him.
H ripoff.
He
Triple H is a cheap ripoff. Boom, roasted.
Hey.
he knew what Triple H was going to become. And he tried to follow in his footsteps, and we see
Yeah.
got that.
He was terrorizing me, a lot in the mid 2000s.
Anyway, James.
Well, I thought we had a special visitor chiming in, but I guess not.
What do you know?
It
Shane
took place
Douglas
on
himself.
ECW Hardcore TV
I'm gonna call him.
from the. Oh, wait a second, baby. TikTok.
So what was the capacity of this show?
Yeah.
Wait, let's hear it.
Well, where was it? It was at the Lost Battalion Hall in Queens, New York.
Big fan of that place. Big fan. Air conditioners.
I was wondering
man,
what
that
they
looks like a damn
were.
courthouse.
For some reason, this guy on the end here doesn't get one.
Right?
And a few of them don't get them, but some of
Yeah,
them right
for
next
real.
to each other do, and all the top ones do except for one.
Burn, motherfucker. Nice
flowers, caged in.
Sweet
very,
ass
very-
statue out front too.
It looks
I'm
like a
telling
place
you.
where you'd watch wrestling, huh, guys? What are we talking
Nope.
about?
It looks like a city hall or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, what,
Ah, we're going to the wrestling show. Where? Well, right after I get, go to jail.
So who
Yeah.
decides on which way the statue? Who decides which way it's looking when they build it?
Let me
True.
tell you something. Who put something there like that? Isn't it in the way?
It's definitely in the way.
Why would you not having it face forward though? Why are you having it turned to the left?
Well, he's looking at something.
Because what if you have
I
a
don't know
mass
what he's
amount of
looking
people, going in and mass amount of people coming out, and somebody's gonna go in like trying to get on the left side of that statue while people are going out, and this is gonna cause a traffic jam.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Logistics. You gotta think about logistics.
Anyway,
that is
nice
the
building.
Lost Battalion Hall. This was taped on October 16th, 1997, but it aired in October 25th, 1997. It had an attendance of 900, and it had a match length of 6 minutes and 50 seconds. But Devyn, how did we get here?
Welcome, Devyn.
Hello, it is me, it is Devyn
What are we
D19.
freaking doing?
I'm
What was
back
that?
again ready to tell you what this buildup is. So to start the show, Joey Styles introduced a new ECW champion. Shane Douglas and his valet, Francine, came down to the ring.
Francine.
Shane and Francine immediately got a huge ovation, actually. I thought the crowd seemed pretty hot for these two. But then Shane had to prove that he was a heel and just started tearing apart Queens. And then he said that he's going to introduce someone who hates Queens almost as much as him and introduce ravishing Rick Rude. About a month before this, Rick Rude was in the WWF with the Montreal Screwjob. And the fans were letting him hear that because they started chanting UF China, like pretty hard. They didn't say F.
They did. And it was loud.
I was going to ask about that. I was like, man, are they really saying that?
Yeah, that's that crowd, brother. Let me tell you.
Rick Rude is the king of brand jumps, man, because he went from WWF, ECW, then WCW within like a week of each other.
It wasn't.
He was on Nitro and Raw the same week.
Yeah,
One with a beard, one without.
Yeah, wasn't that time Triple H and China were together?
Yeah.
Or did something happen? I mean, Brian. I mean, did something happen? Was there a storm? Like,
it's
97. They were 100% together.
We should have a Triple H counter in the corner every time
is what happened.
his name.
Anyway, Devin. Sorry.
All right. So, well, Shane Douglas, to get the crowd kind of stop talking about China, he said something about Rick Rude spending the night with Francine to help get his get on Shane Douglas's good side, I guess.
Shout out.
Well, then the crowd started chanting, "She has herpes."
Fine.
They changed their chant to "Show your tits."
Again,
Francine,
good.
Exactly.
She faked like she was going to, and then when she didn't actually do it, the crowd, they were hot. They started booing pretty loud. And then they started chanting silicone, and it was all good. Definitely
They're definitely good.
atmosphere.
They're definitely good. They're all good.
And
you
nowadays,
can tell
what
Shane
you gotta do
Douglas
is
got
go on
pissed off.
Google.
Well, Shane Douglas was clearly pissed off because he told the whole crowd to shut the fuck up.
Oh, well, that worked.
All right, then Rick Rude, he told Shane Douglas that he found him a worthy opponent here tonight, someone that is definitely going to make it make it worthy. And he said this man ran roughshod through the WWF. And then Shane Douglas thought it was the boy toy, Shawn Michaels. So he started going nuts. And then Rick Rude said, it's not the boy toy, but this guy ran through WCW. He had his way with Japan and Asia. And he's a man that needs absolutely no introduction. And Bam Bam's music started.
All right. So I watched a little bit of this before as well. And all I got to say is Francine. My goodness, man. Anyway,
she still looks good too.
Devin, why is it yeah, she does. Why isn't Rick Rude wrestling?
Put a bomb in the ring?
We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Rick Rude, why isn't he wrestling him, Devin?
Rick Rude is currently out with the Lloyds of London contract, where he can't wrestle and pretty much gets paid by his insurance company for it.
How about this Bam Bam Bigelow entrance, Mike? I mean, did he knock somebody over, or was it just me?
He pushed somebody. I mean, he kind of was stubbing pretty hard too. I mean, that was like, a big guy pushing me. I would be flipping around everywhere.
So right back at you, Devin. Who do we have in this ring?
So there's a lot of people. So obviously we know Bam Bam, Rick Rude, Shane Douglas, and Francine. I think Chris Candido and his woman came running down to show his support behind Shane Douglas, the current ECW champion.
What woman?
I don't know her name.
Sunny.
Was it? I couldn't tell.
That's Sunny. I can't believe you didn't know that. Oh my god!
I couldn't tell. And Joey Styles.
I thought maybe you were leaving that out because of her recent activity, but no, that is Sunny.
I mean, she does look a lot different now than she does then. But I mean,
most of us do.
Yeah, I don't look too good.
So I assumed it was Sunny, but
not hard.
There's a Shawn Michaels reference.
You got run hard, put away wet.
All right, so I got to talk about something. Adam, they cut to I can't even. I just heard what you said.
I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I've been in the same jail as Sonny.
I don't see that being a good thing unless you were in there at the same time and it was some kind of
At the same time, I'm
like some
saying.
kind of field trip, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Field trip.
Didn't think that's where that was going.
No, I'm not. I
The
have my
rest of
list.
the time, I was in that same jail.
Field trip. Hey, boys and girls, this is former.
Oh boy.
And Mike Whitaker from the Kickout Crew. Adam, can you explain to me?
We're doing sign-ins.
Adam, can you explain to me why they cut to a video package after this?
Because there was one to go on a field trip.
It was just such an odd placement for a video package after they already got everybody in the ring, didn't you think?
Well, it's almost like WWE, you know, whenever they, I think they did it this past Monday Night Raw, they brought one of the women out or something, and then did a backstage segment, like a backstage interview, then went back to the ring, and then introduced the next person to start the match. After
okay.
a commercial break, it's weird.
I guess it just looked so like amateurish that it just threw me a little bit, but it was still good. I enjoy the amateur.
I don't think they had a hard cam either. There was always a moving camera. I don't think they had a designated hard cam.
I can't even imagine what this was like
like
before
that.
they all went out. I really can't even imagine how disorganized this nonsense probably really was.
But
Who
I
even
kinda
was
like
going to
that.
wrestle that night? You don't even know.
I liked it not having like a Pacific hard cam and going in different areas. I like, for me personally, I liked it.
I know you like the hard cam.
It made it different. I
Hell.
mean, it made it more, like, I don't want to say less professional, but it made it different. Like,
Real.
there you go. There you go. Made it more real. There you go.
Gritty.
James,
like real.
who are the announcers?
Well, it's funny that you use plural there because oh my god, it's Joey Styles.
Very, very good, young man. Bam Bam Bigelow aggressive early, splash in the corner. Bigelow manhandling Shane Douglas, throwing him around. Choke slam to Douglas. Now Douglas slugging Bigelow. Mike, Bigelow's known for his head tattoo. Can you remind everyone at home how many tattoos you have?
16.
16 and one on your what?
Lower back.
One on my ass.
On your
Chest
tongue,
down.
right? You have one on your tongue, right?
Technically, it's 2 on my ass because I got 1 on each cheek.
That's nice. So Bam Bam drops Shane Douglas on the top rope. Another press slam, but Bigelow throws Douglas out of the ring. Devyn, does Bam Bam Bigelow pull off the babyface persona here?
I think he absolutely does. This is kind of close to Asbury Park, New Jersey. So the crowd's hot for him, and he's taking it to the heel here. He's definitely being a babyface.
You like his attire?
I love it. I have a figure of this somewhere in the house. It came with the ECW title that I have right here on Darby Allin.
Nice.
So it came with that
Mark
title,
Darby Allin
but you
had
don't
the
have the
title.
figure with the title.
So I had him up on display in my basement, and like my house shook just a little bit, and he fell off and broke his arm and leg. So he's in pieces, but I have him.
When
I
the
really
house is a
appreciate-
rocking, don't come a knocking.
I appreciate the honesty.
They got super glue.
Bigelow throws Douglas back in the ring. Adam, who's the referee?
That is ECW referee John Finnegan.
And Adam, do you prefer this version of Sonny or Francine better?
1A, 1B.
Yes. My answer is yes. Yes, I prefer them.
I mean, I prefer this version of Sonny, but I'm not gonna be mad if I just bump into Francine.
No, right. I'm not mad at all. James, tell me about the crowd and how the crowd's reacting to everything going on.
Well, you know, like we were mentioning earlier, the crowd is very live, and of course, the ECW crowd is always, you know, pretty live, pretty into it, engaged. Like we were talking about with, you know, you and your son at the MLW thing. Crowds are engaged, and it's very close. So I think due to the closeness, they're like even more engaged because they kind of feel like they're part of the show.
High crossbody kick out Bigelow, but headbutt to the lower extremities by Douglas. Now in control. No, Douglas is now in control. Suplex by Douglas, but Bam Bam with the cover. I thought all right, sorry. Get a big suplex by Shane Douglas, but Bam Bam with the cover. Wasn't that odd to you, Mike?
With him doing the cover?
So Bam Bam does the cover, but he wasn't the one that did the move.
Well, I mean, yeah, but What happens if you suplex him? Are
What
you
about
gonna
the
be
Easter
tired?
Bunny? What?
No, if you try to suplex Bam Bam, he's a
Yeah.
big guy. It's gonna wear you out.
So you're saying he might have got the worst of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
that's a
I mean, he's been selling his
fantastic
back 'cause
answer, Mike. Honestly,
he's been
It's really
thrown
good.
outside a couple of times, and then if you watch the actual suplex, it looks like the timing was off, and Douglas did 90% of the work. He
Yeah.
powered. It
He-
looked like he
yeah,
powered Bam Bam Bigelow up.
He kicked his legs a little bit and kind of,
It
like
looked
I
like
said,
he
that
powered him up, and it probably took more out of Shane Douglas because he's a smaller guy. And
Makes
Bam Bam, just since he was still fairly fresh, he decided he had more energy to make the cover. It
Shout
is,
out to that.
you really don't see it in that order though, do you?
no.
Good call, Brad.
Shout out to that Moose Johnson jersey in New York, huh?
Low kick by Shane Douglas, now raking the face of Bigelow. Devin, what does Rick Rude add for you in this match?
Not much other than presence.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a great thing early, but then it kind of just whatever.
Hey, he throws
Yeah.
some fingers though. They blur it out, which I thought was funny.
I don't feel like his heart's in this.
Where'd Sonny go? That's what I want to know.
Chops by Douglas. Woo! But only pissing off Bigelow. Rude awakening by Bigelow. Adam, explain the move and why he did it.
Dude, it's a reverse neck breaker, and he did it just for Rick Rude being out there. I mean, he grabs him by the head and the neck, spins, and it's the reverse neck breaker, and
Yeah.
does it real nice too, man.
It was good. 2 count. Yeah.
No,
Rude
he didn't pin
awakening.
him. No pin.
2 count, but then Douglas he let Douglas up.
Yeah.
Diving headbutt by Bigelow. James, how did you feel about not going for the win there? Or is it just part of the persona? What do you think?
I believe since you're the special guest competitor, type of thing, I think you got to go for the win because this is also a title match. So why are you in the title match if you don't go for the belt?
Just showing his dominance, maybe. I mean, obviously that's what he was doing, but yeah,
You know
I
how to
agree.
show your dominance? Pin the motherfucker and hold up the belt.
I always feel like if this happens, you're going to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But however, Bigelow misses the diving headbutt, but he counters the suplex with a DDT and then a power bomb. Cover 1, 2, 3. It was an absolutely dominating performance. The crowd loves it. The heels are all bitching, which is such a nice touch. We're going to shout out to Francine again. Rude announcing the winner. ECW always with so many shenanigans, theatrics. And this was his first, Bam Bam Bigelow's first major championship. Anybody have anything to add that they would like to add to it?
Wow. When they do the screen thing.
Okay.
That was cool. And then like a wow. Guitar.
I really had fun though. I know these weren't long matches, so that's why I was okay doing 2. I do like Bam Bam Bigelow. I don't think I appreciated him as much when I was younger that I do now. Would you guys like to do the listener? Hey, what's up, girl? And she is Philly through and through.
Autograph, baby.
Man.
You can still get those. Anyway, I think they were giving away one at the Josh Odom show.
Did you say she's been through Philly?
Huh? What did you say? What did you say, asshole? She is from Philly, and she, by the way, she read an ad, and that's how she got this job. Even though I don't know what you said, and you're just making fun of me now.
Ooh, yeah, I can't wait for you to hear that one back. She's Philly through and through, was what he said.
She's ran through Philly.
That's what Mike asked.
So, listener questions. Ben
She's
Jones.
the original Philly cheesesteak.
Whatever. Should Bam Bam have been brought into the WWE initially as a heel to work against Hogan, given Andre's decline in health at the time?
Good
Who asked
idea.
that one?
Who asked that?
Ben Jones.
Ben Jones.
Good question.
It is a good question because he was brought in as a babyface, which I always thought was odd.
Yeah.
I think it could have worked. I mean,
I just don't understand why he would be a babyface ever.
That would,
Yeah.
I mean, it could definitely be. It could definitely work.
We know nobody was beating Hogan at the time, right?
But
Right.
I think bringing him in as a heel maybe could have prolonged a little bit more of the Hogan thing. Not much. I mean, maybe a year, but yeah, I would have debuted him as a heel and then worked with Hogan, then maybe turn face later, like
Yeah,
Boss Man. Boss Man.
I don't understand
style.
how you got a guy has flames on his head and it looks like that is not a heel coming in. I don't understand. What do you think, Devin?
I really don't know how he
Yeah, you were
debuted
young. That's
in
right.
the
You were
WWF.
You were negative
But-
74.
Hey,
I always
when-
enjoyed Bam
when-
Bam.
He'd be
I
a
thought he
character
was a cool
babyface
gimmick.
after a while.
Yeah, you become a babyface. You got to start this guy's a heel.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a
Be a
misstep.
heel and then turn baby.
So Matt M wants to know, and he's got 2 questions. Do you agree that Bam Bam's ring gear is fire?
Hey,
Second, which member of the KOC can do the best cartwheel?
Probably Devyn.
I can do one looking like Bam Bam with a gut out and all that stuff.
I know,
I
I
can't
can do a
extend my
cartwheel.
legs straight like that. You know what I'm saying? There may be a little bent leg cartwheel.
He's funny. I can't do one. I took gymnastics when I was a kid. I sure as hell can't do one now.
I tried to do one the other day, and I kicked my daughter in the forehead.
So then that's a no, right? All
I hope
right.
the CBS doesn't listen to this.
Yeah.
My
this-
wife coaches cheer. She taught me a cartwheel a long time ago. I can
So
do
Devin
it.
is the
Do
answer
it?
to that question.
You
Yeah.
still do it? All right, perfect.
Yeah.
we know.
I guess
He's
we'll
out
see
there
it on
practicing-
X.
He's out there practicing with Erica all the time.
I'll do it during a match one night.
He can do the splits and everything.
So RJ, roughing it up with Brian Hebner. RJ, friend of the
Shout
show.
out to RJ.
Yeah,
If
big
one-
shout out, man. He's given us a lot of support lately.
He is. If one and only one of you had to take the diving headbutt or moonsault from Bam Bam, who would take them and why?
Devin. Oh, sorry. The toxic thought one on that one, I guess, huh?
I'm putting Brad on there.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be. I really thought
Yeah.
you were going to say
That's
me.
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
Hey, Brad.
Brad can take a kendo stick, so he can
yeah,
take a
he
head
can take
drop.
a kendo stick. He can take a headbutt off the top.
Very
rope.
true.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure the
guess.
headbutt won't hurt, just like the kendo stick don't hurt.
I can take a shot to the balls.
Yeah, well,
The
we've seen that.
ball.
Also,
Probably
RJ,
hit your thigh. I mean, she had to have a damn good kick to hit them.
that
things,
is the
you know what I'm
third
saying?
time in 2 shows you said that. This I want you to know that.
Oh, yeah.
So they want to. He also wants to know why Natural Light hasn't sponsored us yet.
That is a very good question. And when you find out the answer, please let me know. Shout out to Anheuser-Busch. Holla at your boys. I don't need much. I just want a bomb-ass t-shirt. That's it. I already drink your product. You can see my sales. Melbourne, Florida. You could track the stats.
Michael Gallagher wants to know, love Bam Bam in ECW, and he had some great matches there. Who did a pod? Oh, they did a pod on him in probably top 10 for him, but he wanted to know, what do you think of Bam Bam's best run was? WrestleMania 11, which is against LT, ECW champ, or the late 80s with Hogan? To me, I mean, I just don't think there's a bigger moment for him than Lawrence Taylor. Maybe it wasn't the match of the night or anything like that people would think fondly on, but it was a big moment for him. And it was put him in the spotlight. It was the main event of WrestleMania. I can't take that away from him, even if it wasn't looked upon fondly. It was a big night for him.
That was, but I mean, but if you think about like the ECW era, like how he put Taz over.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
match with him and Taz. I mean, yes,
you're
it was on that WrestleMania stage, but
He was put as a top guy in ECW, but he got
Right.
paid at WWF.
Yeah. Like run-wise, I would definitely go with ECW.
No, you're right. This comes from Amy Vaughn. Unless anybody has anything else to add to that. I'm sorry. What were you thinking, Devin?
I just want to point out, definitely when he was in Memphis too with Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Memphis is what really gotta kind of put him on the map.
All right.
And he
great.
was a heel there, so
yeah,
You got
he
to
came
work.
in as a heel there.
yeah, he got to work against Jerry the King. I
Mhm.
bet that helped him tremendously as when he is starting up.
Good answer. So this question comes from Amy Vaughn. This is not a wrestling question. She wants to know what you all think about Saban retiring and who do you think Alabama gets to replace him?
Hopefully not Sarkeesian. I hope he stays in Texas. Kind of worried that he's going to jump ship.
I don't see Texas letting that happen.
Hey, sometimes it's not their decision to make.
I will say
mean,
this:
they-
there's no one inside of Alabama right now that can step up. There's no one that's been there long enough. Their assistant coach just left and went to the Texas A&M. There is nobody to promote internally, which I thought would have been the best move.
Lane Kiffin. I know he probably wouldn't leave Ole Miss, but I could see Lane
I'd leave
Kiffin
Ole Miss
played.
for Alabama in a heartbeat.
I mean, I'd
He
be
won
okay.
three.
with
He's
that.
won 10 games, 3 straight years at Ole
Let's
Miss.
just say it. Who's leaving Seattle?
Oh,
Georgia's number one
God.
scout left there to come to Q's, so
Sean Carroll.
anything can happen.
Pete Carroll.
Carroll.
whatever his
Pete
name is.
Carroll he's a college guy. I wouldn't
But
be
he's
surprised.
staying on as an
man.
advisor for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, then no. So Bill Belichick.
You know what sucks is I bet Dan Quinn goes to the Seahawks, and I'm gonna hate that because Micah Parsons is probably gonna follow him, and the Cowboys defense will suck again.
Don't say that. I don't want Michael Parsons in my division.
He said he's following Dan Quinn, and he's about to get paid this offseason, so we'll see.
I'd be okay if Brad Stanton was the head coach because I don't give a fuck about Alabama.
So that's it for the questions this week, guys. Keep them coming. Those are fun. It's always fun just to read some random shit you guys say.
Lane, you think it'll be either Lane Kiffin or Dabo Sweeney from Clemson?
I don't think it's gonna be anybody.
Oh.
No, I don't think it's gonna be anybody we know. I don't think it's gonna be a huge name.
It has to be, man. It's Bama.
But
Jim
Uh,
Harbaugh.
and they were
they'll
talking
make a
about
big
the guy
name,
from
James.
Oregon, but he said
They're
he's
gonna
not
make-
leaving.
They're gonna make him a big name.
they'll make a big name. You know.
And I think Sarkisian's buyout would be too much.
Kirby
True.
Smart.
No, he might be going to the Falcons. They're offering him double what he makes right now.
Here we go.
What if Dan Quinn goes to Alabama?
Fuck off. What if he stays as Dallas's defensive coordinator? That's what we
I
need.
think Freddie Kitchens goes to Alabama.
Dan Quinn and Steve Wilkes, the Niners defensive coordinator, are going somewhere else this year.
Steve Wilkos.
Just Wilkes.
Speaking of Jerry,
Shout out Jerry.
I
and
knew someone was
Lori
gonna
and
say
Steve.
Vince McMahon. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that.
Good one.
I'm a
Fuck it, he
shame. That'd be
needs
better.
something to do.
Well, how
Why
about
not?
The Rock, huh?
Rock. Oh, damn it, Brad.
What about primetime, baby?
Work.
I thought
work
Shane was going to be the
here.
devil in AEW.
You know what, James? Weirder things have happened.
Crazier
Work-
shit has definitely happened, James.
You want to talk about keeping, top recruits and stuff? Because if Prime is at Bama,
Dude,
every top 10 of every position is going to want to go there.
I like it.
I'm just saying that's not perfect for Vince because he can work for 1 year, get
Oh, my
fired,
gosh,
and
back to
still
Vince.
get paid $400 million.
Prime
And then-
time.
If
Deion
Deion Sanders,
Sanders.
if he would have only lost like 2 games this year, I think he had a better chance.
he went to
He didn't have a team.
Colorado, dude. Colorado was dirt.
They're-
Like,
Yeah,
they
no,
won
what
one
he's
game
done
last
is
relevant.
year.
amazing. Don't get me wrong. What he's done is amazing. But you know how Alabama is. They want, well, hey, you didn't win, but this many games last year, we won't talk to
He
you.
may have some better players in Alabama.
Nick Saban went
And
like 7
but he's going to
his
push
first
his
year.
kids.
He's
Yeah,
no
he's
matter
gonna
what.
push his kids.
Dolphins.
I know. You're right
So
about
even
the
if
kids.
they have better players, his kids are getting the prime time. As
heard
long
They
as
can be
well
a
as
fifth-string
the
quarterback
corner
in
slash
Alabama.
wide receiver they have.
There's
too.
already players hitting the transfer portal in Alabama.
True.
All right. Well, back to you,
Imagine
James.
being a commit and you're like, I'm committing to Bama. I'm going to play for Saban. Then a week later, he's retiring. Like, well, fuck. I guess I got to recommit somewhere else.
What coach wants to try to follow up Nick Saban in that?
That's
legacy?
that's another very, very big one because I wouldn't.
God no. You know the pressure to try to follow that?
Well, let's
How-
just
how
remember,
do
he
you-
didn't win a
how do
national championship in the last 2 years, right?
They won in 2020, I think was their last one.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
he
like you're
won
following.
6 in Alabama.
But he's lost 2. That's what I'm getting at.
But he went to the playoffs. I mean, I
Oh,
hate
he's
to be like
he's
the-
awesome. He's awesome.
I hate to be at least they made it, dude. But, well, they didn't go last year. And guess what? None of their players rested last year. And they beat the brakes off that team they played in the bowl game last year. And Bryce Young went number 1 overall. So the number 1
Yeah.
overall pick didn't rest. But that's a, different conversation.
Don't get us started on that again. That's a whole
Right?
other show.
We already did that.
I get pissed off, man. But anyway, again, that's it for the questions. So let's keep this
Yeah,
train.
I
of
thought we were
movement.
going to double back to Devyn, but it appears that he left.
Is he gone?
I was gonna go the demographic and shit, but oh well.
Yeah, no, he's got a topic. Mike's got his list. We got a.
You just made the list.
He's having Zoom issues, so we had him. He's backing out and coming
Let's
back in to
just
see
zoom
if
on
it
by
fixes
him
the screen.
then.
I can do
Get
some hot.
takes, Brad.
I can do some hot takes.
I love hot cakes or hot
Yeah,
takes.
okay.
And James, you're gonna love this
Oh boy, I bet.
because it's just so I cannot believe it.
Hold on, he's joining back in. Before you start, you want to try to get his Hey,
Yeah.
Devyn with and we can
All
go
right,
to Devyn for Devyn's topic.
All right, cool.
Oh,
So
geez.
my topic.
Quit screaming.
It's another edition of No Our Crew.
Should have just stuck with what Brad was doing.
Sorry.
Yep, your audio sucks,
Hold on.
Devyn.
Hey, we can't hear you. We
No,
can't
let's
hear a
go to
word you're
Brad's hot
saying.
takes because we can't hear Devyn.
Hey, we can't hear you.
Devyn. He's still
Professional
talking. Go ahead,
podcast.
Brad.
Devin, we can't hear you. Do you hear us?
Ha,
Speak
I do
now.
now. So, what is
You're
one
shitting him, buddy.
arena you've always wanted to watch a wrestling event or a sports game in?
I
that
have
you
never
have?
been. I have never been to MSG,
That's mine.
and it's literally an hour and a half for me.
Good answer.
6 hours for me.
Good
James,
answer,
what's
good
yours?
answer. 'Cause I've been to the Cowboys Stadium, the new one, AT&T Stadium, whatever they call it. Awesome venue. So yeah, I'd probably say MSG also.
Cool. I've been to the arena in Arlington, or the stadium. I met Shaquille
Arena.
Griffin there. I think I told this story before.
Oh, he was a good player.
Well, I met his brother, the one that got drafted with one hand. I can't. It's Shaquem.
Yeah.
I think.
He was
But-
also a good player.
All right, Mike. What about you, brother?
Was the best stadium?
What
Where do you
one
want to
stadium
see one?
Yeah, you've always wanted to go to, but never been able to.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, MSG would probably be one of them too. Or Vegas.
Yes, absolutely. I want to go there too.
The Death Star.
That freaking looks awesome.
You know
Though.
what,
The
I want to
Sphere.
see. I want to see the first wrestling show at that new big dome thing that they
The
have.
Sphere.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that right there, it probably won't be WWE. I'd say it'd be AEW most likely because they only fit like 5,000 people in there. But I think that right there that's gonna be a badass thing. I mean, so what you can do in there, if they made a real big one like that, I think that'd be fucking amazing.
I like it.
That would be cool. Adam.
I would love to go to the O2 Arena in London.
Oh shit.
I'd love to go to the O2.
Me too.
Yeah,
Wembley
Wembley
as
as
well.
well. Too.
Yeah. That'd be my second one, the Wembley. But definitely the O2 Arena.
Perth.
Yes, the Sydney Opera House would be awesome.
All right. So, question number 2. What is the first sporting event you ever attended?
Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Philadelphia Phillies in Pittsburgh. Mike Schmidt hit his 500th home run.
Are you talking
That's
about
an awesome
professional?
game to be at.
I couldn't believe it. I wasn't a Phillies fan. I didn't even know who freaking Mike Schmidt was
You know so much detail on that.
because I was there and it was a big deal for my dad.
I'm assuming you mean
By the way, on a
professional.
3-0 pitch, he kept telling me that like that meant something to me at the time.
You don't swing on a 3-0
Swing on a
pitch.
3-0 pitch.
Well, he did, and it was his 500th.
Oh man, that's
Cowboys Redskins in the old Texas Stadium, the one with the hole in the roof. Cowboys Redskins, they beat the brakes off the Redskins, and I think that's when they fired North Turner after that season.
awesome. Nice, super nice. North Turner, one of my favorite head coaches.
He was one of my favorite assistant coaches because he was with Jimmy Johnson, and him and Troy were like dynamite together.
Yeah.
He
They
went 14-2 with a stacked Chargers team, but couldn't win the chip.
Mm-mm.
So just our first like sporting event is what?
Yeah, anything could be college, could be even
It was-
high school.
I was about to say,
No,
high
it was-
school, probably
I
like
didn't count high school. Come on.
No, yeah, no, I'm not high school. Minor league baseball. At the time, it was Daytona Beach Cubs, the baseball team.
Nice.
That's
So I
cool.
went there.
I'm
My
sure there's
aunt
some hot
was,
picks there.
yeah, my aunt was dating one of the players, so we get to go
Yeah.
and be by the dugout and go, behind there and everything. So
You have any friends or? Oh wait, this has happened already.
I mean, I think she might have dated like 3 or 4 of them, but I
Did you
mean,
make it pro? Did any of them make it big time?
They ever play Birmingham with Jordan
some
there?
of
Like
them did. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a big baseball fan, but I know there was at least 2 of them that made it big time that she dated.
Like Mike Sant was sleeping with Sammy Sosa in the minor league Cubs division.
I'm saying.
Maybe.
Adam?
No.
When I was younger, wrestling was real big down here in Birmingham and the Gadsden area. So I think one of my first things I ever did was I went to a wrestling event. That's when I got my Hulk Hogan foam finger. And then like sporting event, as far as like baseball stuff, I went to a couple of Braves games when I was younger, when they were good back in the 90s.
Nice.
They're pretty good now.
Yeah. But the Hogan and all of them coming through Birmingham is the one I remember the most.
That sounds historic. That'd be awesome.
I got pictures somewhere, but you can barely see them.
Dig them up.
I
Right.
showed them once or twice.
Yeah, send them to Bryant. He'll post them up here.
Like they're blurry, you can't see, but
All right, so my first ever sporting event was back when Donovan McNabb was still in Syracuse. I was like not even 1. My dad took me to a game and Donovan McNabb tore up Pitt. I don't remember it, but I watched it the other day.
Shout
on
out
YouTube.
Donovan McNabb.
Fuck
Yeah.
Donovan McNabb.
I don't like anything he did pro, but shout out when he was in Q's.
Good guy, man.
They made 5 straight NFC championship
Nice,
games.
Adam.
I don't know how he did
No,
pro.
That is sick, Adam.
We couldn't win. We couldn't win the big one, but
T.O. did damn good with a broken leg in that Super Bowl.
screw him. Fuck off,
Shout out
T.O.
T.O.
I burned my jersey.
One of the
freaking-
greatest.
I
Oh,
will
that-
say he went from like ultimate heel because he put the fucking
Yeah, I freaking
did the
ripped
ball
on the
on the
quarterback.
star. That's a
What
no
a
go,
dickhead,
bro.
man. What an absolute dickhead.
And then he went to Dallas, and I was like, T.O.'s awesome. You know,
Pouring
old school
popcorn in
foam
his
finger.
helmet.
but he
Very
did
nice, Adam.
disrespect the star.
Oh shit!
And I had the styrofoam 2x4 because Jim Duggan was big back then. Oh,
I wonder why you brought him up.
the original Royal Rumble winner, 1988.
He ain't gonna hear this in time. They're not.
Yeah.
So we
Alright,
got
I got a
3
question
Triple
for
H
you guys.
mentions. We've got 2 Duggan mentions.
When you were little, and you got your first ever foam finger, did you take a bite out of it? I remember being like 3 with my first foam finger at Yankee Stadium, just biting it.
I
My
think I
dad
did it.
yelling at me.
Mine was a Pittsburgh Pirates one, so yeah, I would say
Holding
yeah.
it back and just letting it raise like I was flipping somebody off, but it wasn't. But I would let it release, and it looked like I was flipping somebody off.
Nice, classy. Keep it classy.
That's
That was
Alabama,
my
baby.
first one finger was Austin's, and it was the middle finger.
Yep.
That's cool. All right, so question number 3. I've asked you guys to design your favorite cheeseburger. I've asked you to design your favorite pizza. Now, what is your favorite milkshake?
Oh,
I keep it simple, man.
I
I'm
got
just chocolate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, chocolate or strawberry, probably. Whatever brings the boys to the yard, right? Somebody had to say it. Boom.
Damn it, James.
Shamrock shake from McDonald's.
All right. I do like that shamrock
Yeah,
shake
that.
thing. Don't
Oh.
fuck that mocha shake from Arby's. I don't even understand.
Yeah,
We're
no, I
talking.
ain't doing
That's
Are
a
we
that.
big
talking
thing.
McFlurries? Do McFlurries count in this? Because what about a
No.
Blizzard? What about
No.
a DQ Blizzard?
No, we got
not
that.
That's not a
milkshake. You
Okay.
don't drink that.
You don't know that.
I do know that. You're letting it melt.
Yeah, I'd probably say chocolate or strawberry. Like,
Yeah,
you know, keep it
chocolate's so
simple.
good. I'll even do a black and white shake. You know, that's good.
Well,
Mixed up.
today I walked into our local gas station. This lady's wearing a pink birthday hat with a big sash on. She's all happy and excited as can be. Hey, would you like to try our brand new chocolate chip coffee milkshake for my birthday? Fuck it, why not?
like a
That's
sales
pretty
ploy.
good. No, it was actually her birthday, but it was pretty good.
Hey, why not? Oh, good one.
Adam, did you answer? I'm sorry. I was excited to tell that story.
Well, it's your segment. It's all good. But it's your show.
Boom.
But milkshakes, yeah, chocolate, you know, or something like a Butterfinger Crunch or something. But I'm more of a Coke float. I'll do like chocolate ice cream with Coke.
Mm.
And
Not
do like
root
a
beer?
Coke float.
I've heard of a root beer float. I never had it with
Put
Coke.
whatever you want in there. It could be a freaking Gatorade. It could be a Gatorade float if you want.
Don't knock it. You try it. It's good. You put a lot of ice cream
I've
in
had
it,
a
put
Coke
bit-
float and a root beer float. I've had them both. But we had a root beer float problem on this show already.
Yeah, but Devin, you talk about like the birthday thing. Have y'all tried like the birthday cake milkshakes?
I think so. I like it.
They're fucking nasty.
No, I like how sweet they are. You like the funfettis? You like funfetti cake?
All right.
No,
Yeah, I can eat that all day. I sometimes buy it just for me, and I say no one else can have it. What else you got, Devin? Anything else?
No, that was fun. That was another 3 questions for No Our Crew.
Yeah. So you know what else is next? Mike's list, because Devin had to be here for Mike's list. So Mike, what's the list?
Oh,
Or
What
not
is
the
it?
list or whatever.
Not the list.
but it's not a list. You know what though? Because I was thinking, we're coming up to the Royal Rumble, right? And we hear that countdown, 10, and it goes 5, and then 3, 2, 1, and what do we hear?
music.
Music, right?
Yeah, I just
So-
did a battle
Major
royal
point.
Rumble type
Major
deal.
point. Good there.
I know, I tried, right? It didn't work.
My last
So-
match I did was
Ooh, boy.
So, Devin did a know the crew. I'm gonna go know the theme, right? However, there's a twist because we're gonna do this in reverse.
What's going on?
we're twisting in reverse. What?
No,
What the twist?
The
So are you going to
anticipation.
play a song backwards and we have to guess what the song is?
we got our favorite producer, Bryant. He's got the hookup. We're gonna play a theme song in reverse, and I don't even know who it is.
Good
I'll let him.
God.
Can we just do the
And
list again?
Let's see if we can just figure out who they are.
Been
All
just
right.
waiting for you to explain what it is before I play it. So
Go-
All right.
I can't imagine Brian's face when he heard about this.
I'd love to be a part of this conversation when they were messaging each other about it.
Yeah, for sure.
all right, everybody
Brian
ready?
looking at it
I'm
like, what
ready.
the
I'm so
fuck is he
ready.
talking
Brian's ready for
about?
bed.
Probably got CTE shaking his head so much.
This is probably that 12 pack and a half he was into when this come up.
All right,
Right.
here we go.
It's hard times. Is it Dusty?
Please
I
say
can't
yes.
hear nothing.
No,
Fast.
All right.
Well, that's my guess.
yeah, that was the Big Boss Man's theme backwards for
Hard
everybody.
times.
Big
Yeah.
boss man.
I don't think I would have got it forward.
I almost said big show.
Devin was close with the hard time spot because it does say hard times. So
Hard times was Cobb
I
County.
knew the song, didn't know the wrestler.
Down to Cobb County, Georgia.
That's what. Play something from today.
wow, thanks, Devin. All right,
Yeah, that's what you have to do, Brian. Apparently.
We could put that song on the list.
all right, we'll try it again. This is the last one we'll try. Here we go.
Roman Reigns.
No,
It's the Road Warriors.
No, there's music. Hulk Hogan?
no,
Is it Randy Orton?
Yeah, Randy Orton.
That's Randy Orton's original music.
that is correct. It is
Hey!
burning
Hey!
my light.
You can
God.
say.
Was it Real American?
No, it was Randy
Yeah, it's
Orton.
Randy Orton.
You got one more for us, Brian?
What
We're
are you
having
doing?
a hard time listening to that.
Hey,
This is fun.
I only picked 2 of them.
Thank God. All right, that was fun, Mike.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah,
next
glad
week.
Devin had to be there for that one.
Yeah, God forbid we done that early.
I'm so fucking happy y'all didn't like it.
Listen, we try things, we throw it against the wall. Some of it sticks, some of it doesn't. Obviously, this wasn't one of them.
Yeah, well,
Mike, I really liked it. I think we
Shut
should
up,
do it
Devyn.
next week.
You're just mad. You're just want to kiss up the mic because you were late and we're all mad at you.
No.
Yeah,
doesn't
you
matter,
should have heard his fucking
Hey, I'm
WrestleMania
done with that,
part,
Devyn, for
Devyn.
being late.
It's okay, Devin. We all go through hard times.
Hey,
Sometimes there's young kids out there that need their be taught in football, and you have to have somebody out there teaching you whatever sport.
I'm running the shot clock. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
I get paid for it though, so
But
it's nice money.
It means a lot to somebody out there. Some kid out there doesn't have nobody running a shot clock at home for them while they're practicing.
At home.
And Devyn's doing it for them.
Actually, our team, our JV and our
Devyn,
varsity
how do you
lost to our
fucking
biggest
credit
rival
me?
today.
Fuck up.
So
Is
It
that your
sucked for the town.
demographic? You're talking about doing a shot clock?
no, is it time for my demographic?
Sure.
Why not?
no, keep going.
All right. So actually, I got a bunch of demographics this week.
Perfect.
All right. So this year at Top Guy Rumble, you will see the return of the game event live when Efren is at Top Guy Rumble. Shout out our favorite game show host, Efren.
He is my favorite game show host.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
win that $1,000 and buy everybody's bar tab. Shout
Yeah.
out.
And then the next day you'll be broke again, right?
At
Yeah.
least everybody have fun,
Easy come, easy go.
Shout out James for that.
right?
I'm
All
down.
right, so number 2. I don't know if this means anything, but Elijah Burke, the Pope, he was backstage at AEW last week.
Nice.
So I don't know if that
was
could-
it wrestling.
the Pope, duh, Pope.
So about a month ago, he was on Reffing It Up again. I know we keep bringing up Reffing It Up. Hey, he give us a lot of love. Let's give it back. And maybe he was on. Great guy. Great guy.
He wrestled Stunt Marshall at that Stunt Marshall show I went to. He's the one that wrestled Stunt Marshall. Made a sweet joke towards Stunt's mom that was not pre gone through, and she reacted awesome. She was pissed.
Shout out Stunt.
Yeah, shout out Stunt Marshall. Hope to see you here in like a couple weeks in Tampa.
Hope to see you real soon.
Heyo. Hate.
Hey, both those guys are great. Stunt and the Pope. I love them both. But this year at GCW J Cup, the Jersey Cup, we will see the return to GCW for Nick Wayne when he is announced as the 10th entrant. We have Jordan Oliver, Masha Slamovich, Alec Price, Dearies. We got Gresham, the former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion. We got Bailey. You guys know him. Mike Bailey, Speedball. He's the best. We got Starks, Yamashita, and Cartwheel. It's looking to be a great tournament.
And then AJ Francis will be at GCW in Tampa.
Boom.
And
My bad.
That's Cody Rhodes. I know that song. That's Cody Rhodes.
which you will see in the Royal Rumble in next week's demographic. You'll hear about that. But for the last thing on today's demographic, just announced today as we're recording, Yoshida Kojima will be taking on MLW heavyweight champion Alex Kane February 3rd at MLW Super Fight. So be
And I will
sure
be
to
there.
tune into
You
that.
missed it, Devyn. You missed it, Devyn. That's what my son Frank asked for it for his birthday to go there with two friends, and I'm bringing him down.
Hell yeah, that's an awesome birthday.
Yeah, I'm
We're
pretty excited.
tying the-
I'm pretty excited to hang out for his birthday with my event.
Yeah.
My plan has worked. I am the winner.
Isn't that great? When you can give someone else a present.
You
but
know what's
get to
funny,
take
Devyn? If
advantage
you
of it.
didn't say that, I was gonna say it.
Were you?
Yeah, because he's
Oh.
he's 53 years old. Looks great. He wrestled at the Coliseum one too. So he beat Sammy Callahan,
Really?
who was all over that show, spitting on everything. Gross.
All right,
He is
so actually,
gross.
Super
Sidney
spreader.
Callahan, I seen that he was in MLW. That's a
Yeah.
If
He was
he's
a-
signed there, that's a huge signing.
3 times he showed up. He showed up at the end too when Kojima challenged him. He's like, I'm coming here too. I'm like, what do you want?
Well, that's
But
gonna be a hell of a
But he
match.
lost to him. He lost to Kojima there. It was a pre-match though. It wasn't on the main card.
Yeah.
But it was still.
Well, I got one last
What?
demographic for all my boxing fans out there. Last year in 2023, I fell in love with the sport of boxing.
Nice. Oh, I thought you were gonna name a gentleman.
Well, recently signed to the fight, Anthony Joshua, former heavyweight champion, will be taking on Francis Ngannou March 9th in Saudi Arabia. That's going to be a huge heavyweight
Joshua
bout.
can kiss my ass. Okay,
That's
he can
good
get his
money.
ass kicked.
I am a
Two first
huge
names?
Anthony Joshua fan. I'll say it right here on air. I think he's gonna win. He's gonna take Francis Ngannou the distance and win by points. Well, I think this fight is gonna be awesome. So if you're a boxing fan too, shout out to your boy Devyn D19, and we'll talk about it.
I'm a big boxing fan. I'm not a fan of Joshua.
I didn't know that. We'll have to talk more Alfire.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, oh, you mean about boxing or about Joshua?
Well, boxing, not Joshua, not just Joshua. If you don't like,
I mean,
it,
my
then we won't
favorite
talk
boxer is Rocky Balboa, but he's not real. So
Of course.
shout out Tommy Gunn.
shout out Tommy Gunn.
All right, back to you, James.
I must break this topic for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, I guess it's time for some hot takes with old Brad. So Brad, what hot takes you got for us?
So hot take: Nirvana was a way better band than the Beatles.
Huh?
You smoking shit?
Hey, it's a hot take, man. Is it true or not?
No.
I'm with you. Yep.
Not
Smells
with-
like Teen Spirit.
just
One of the
reading the
greatest
hot
songs
take.
of all time.
One. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I grew up with Nirvana. I love Nirvana.
Nevada's
He was
amazing.
dead by the time you were born. What do you mean you grew
Yeah,
up?
he was dead by the time you were born.
Yeah, and I grew up with
Oh,
every
Happy
CD
Beatles.
in my CD player.
Granted, I'm wearing a Beatles shirt and they were broke up in like '69. So
Did you know this was gonna be a
69.
question?
Anyway, I disagree completely. Beatles are better than Nirvana,
Oh.
but I still like Nirvana.
yeah, true.
What about you, Adam?
I was wondering if you just bumped your head or what, Bubba. 'Cause no, ain't too much better than the Beatles.
I didn't say it. It's a hot take.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was making sure you didn't bump your head or anything. So
Well, I definitely bumped my head, but I
And
still
they got
think
a
Beatles
they
are
got a
better.
documentary on Hulu. I think it's like 3-2-1 or something like that with Paul McCartney and Rick Rubin. Awesome. If you think the Beatles are just like ho hum, play the same bullshit all the time, wagging their heads back and forth.
No, I don't think that.
But yeah,
many
that documentary
versions.
with Rick Rubin and Paul McCartney go over like some of the songs, and they have like the recordings, and they're in the studio thing, like isolating different tracks and stuff. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, a lot of different. I mean, the Beatles
They
grew.
were miles ahead of everyone.
Yeah, they grew with the time too. They started as like basically a boy band that just changed. It kept evolving.
People are still trying to catch up, and they quit like they stopped being a group in like 69.
What's
70.
Devyn doing?
who's the original boy band?
The Beatles. Don't say
Shout
the
out that picture that
Beach
our
Boys?
Truth had.
New Kids on
Yeah,
the
shout
Block?
out that picture our Truth had for sure.
Judgment Day walking like the Beatles. Oh, that segment cracked me up.
So, hot take: AEW should go back to 4 pay-per-views and 2 television shows.
How about one television show?
What do you guys think?
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I miss Dark. So
It's
I
called
think if they cut out
Rampage.
TV show- Oh,
What do you think, Adam?
I agree with the 2 shows. Maybe 6 pay-per-views at the most,
Boom.
or maybe 4 pay-per-views and 2 like tentpole like Fast
Big-
Lane or something. Two shows that are not as big as pay-per-views, but you know what I mean, a little bit bigger than just a regular TV.
And Battle of the Belts is coming up, and nobody even knows about
Fuck
it.
that.
Couldn't even name one match on it.
I
There's
can't
only one
stand that show
episode
that's
yet.
underpromoted and just has no feeling to it whatsoever. I'm so sorry. I do not like that Battle of the Bells.
Yeah,
is that supposed to be Tony Khan's Clash of Champions?
Yes.
yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't promote at all. Like
It's
I saw the
just
graphic
so
last night,
bad.
and I was like, "Oh damn, that's this weekend."
I'm not a
fuck.
huge Clash of Champions guy either, by the way. I'm not. That was another thing. It was a commercial. It was an infomercial for the pay-per-view.
All right,
There's a
so
lot of
can I
fun
have a hot
finishes.
take?
Yeah.
Can I have a hot take?
I'm sure, Mike.
I
Tony
like
Khan,
Mike's hot takes.
Tony Khan on Twitter.
What about it?
It's calling from him.
You mean Eric Bischoff?
No, Tony Khan. I mean,
Listen, he's passionate.
He needs to be on timeout. What he needs.
He's passionate. I mean, listen, he defends his company. He loves it. He's a kid with money.
I tweeted it right at Tony Khan. Why do you even care about WWE? That's my serious question. Why do you care about
Good
WWE?
question.
You're running a wrestling company that has 3 shows on national television. You have
You've made it. You've made it.
You literally have made it. Yes, you have like deals with Japan. You have deals with TNA. You have deals with all these other companies.
80,000
own Ring of
motherfuckers
Honor.
at Wembley? I
Who
think you're
gives a
good.
fuck about WWE? Do your
When he has
shit,
a
Tony
Do
Khan.
your
profitable
thing.
year,
Cater to your
He's made it.
hardcore fans.
he's
Yeah.
made it.
Yes.
He's got a profitable year.
he's made it because he's had money. That's why he made it.
Yeah,
Right, 'cause
but
he's
he
lost
also
money
he's
every
also
year.
made wrestling competitive again. He's given guys jobs. He's made WWE. I think he's made WWE better, and
Yep.
there's options.
He
WWE
has.
was floundering. I'm sorry. It was
I
2012.
agree. I agree. He
Good.
has. He's done a lot for wrestling. I
Yeah,
agree
he's
on that.
rejuvenated wrestling, but
He did.
he's losing money doing it though. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
but he can lose some money.
You're gonna lose money before you make money. Like you're gonna lose money. I know it's been 5 years, but you're still gonna lose a little money, and then before you break even, because he definitely had to overpay. You know, you have to overpay for the talent at the beginning because it's kind of a bidding war, and then as the dust settles, I think you're gonna see some of those contracts get a little bit down.
But all the negative that he gets is the same thing, saying why they're not competitive.
First
Well,
off, you
never-
gotta just keep growing.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna be competitive with WWE. It's just not-
WWF wasn't competitive in 1970, whatever. You know,
It seems like his focus has altered or something because they were growing the first couple of years, and something has changed or something has happened to where it seems like his vision isn't so much wanting to grow now. It's I don't know what it is, but it just seems like they've been stagnant the last year or two. It's like they've been up and then level here lately.
Yeah.
I think he's
Something's
just
got to
trying.
change for them to grow up more.
He's doing what Eric Bischoff did back in like 96, 97, when they were competed against WWE, but they're not competitive like that.
No, they won.
TNA.
WCW
TNA.
did.
TNA. I'm sorry, TNA is the one that you compare.
Yeah, I would say
almost-
I would compare it to TNA.
1 to 2 million people watching at the time, which was a lot less than because there wasn't as much streaming.
It's
and stuff.
almost like
If
they
he
were doing
goes
wonderful until the
TNA
video
or
game.
That'd be one thing, but he's nowhere close to going against WWE.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't made into a competition, everybody'd be better off.
Well, I mean, here's like the thing that, and I seen this, and it might be wrong, but I don't know. But like the Jinder Mahal segment had more views than AEW did all week combined.
They're national, baby. They're international.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like,
You
Well,
just
but
need
it wasn't like,
why?
oh, Jinder
but why
Mahal's gonna be
put
on
his head
TV.
out there?
Let's watch. Like
It wasn't Jinder.
It's a loaded statement. Yeah, it's
But
not like
Tony Khan
Jinder's
grew
on.
more
We better
views
turn on the
because of what he
TV.
did.
They were
It was
already-
the guy that came out after Jinder.
Yeah,
What?
they were already watching.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is, why throw that out there? Knowing that right there, that one segment got more views than all 3 of your episodes all week combined. Why throw it out there? So you're just promoting that is all you're doing.
Pretty much, he's putting Jinder over. You know.
That's all he's doing.
And
All right,
it
one
seems
more hot
like-
take.
TNA, go for MLW, go for GCW.
Go for nothing. Do your own shit.
Yes, do your own shit, yeah.
Yeah, or do your own shit. Don't
But
compete against something that you cannot beat.
their momentum was going great, and then they released the video game, and it seemed like the video game didn't do as good as they wanted it to. It seemed like it took the wind out of the sails.
You're listening to Bischoff. Do we really know that?
That's what it feels like to me. It feels like everything was great, and then I guess he thought it wasn't as good as he was hoping. So it seemed like it kind of frustrated him to where it just maybe took the wind out of his sails a little bit.
I will
Okay.
say that game is still $60, and you ain't got a prayer of somebody still paying $60 for it.
No.
I want to play the game. I want to buy it. I'm not buying it for $60. If it drops down to 40, maybe.
Erica
Right.
got for me for Christmas. It was marked down to $25.
There you go.
Exactly. There you go. Mark it
Is
down
it
for
what
$25.
from $25?
Yep.
Have
for
you
Christmas it was.
seen any good reviews on that game?
No, it's not that great.
It
No,
just
it's,
seemed like
it's
not
not as
kinda
good as 2K.
discouraged in some.
Okay.
But it's not 2K. Like, it's a
It's-
different,
yeah,
it's,
it's
a
not.
whole different fighting style. It's a whole different, like, it's more arcadier than 2K. Like, if you compare
matches are literally like 3 minutes long.
But
I'm
if
not mad
you-
at him for wanting to shoot for the moon, but I think it was a little bit early for.
I think comparing it to 2K is, of course, it's going to lose when compared to 2K. I think it's its own thing. Like we were saying with Tony Khan, make it your own thing. Like,
That's it.
which
That's what it
don't
is.
compete with everything. Make it your own.
I just
Don't-
think
don't
I
worry
think
about-
the video
That's
game
what
is
that's what
discouraged.
AEW needs to do. Be their own thing.
Don't
Just chill.
mention nothing.
Look at Billy Corgan. Ain't starting shit. Ain't doing shit. Just doing his own thing. You know.
Got his CW deal. Shout out Billy Corgan and the
Shout out.
NWA.
But maybe the video game took his attention away from what he originally had planned.
Last
quick,
hot take. Go, Devin. Go.
Real quick before I get to my hot take, I want to say one last thing about the NWA. They're going to be taking the whole month of February off while they figure out their CW stuff, and then they're going to be starting on stream in the month of March. So
Shout out to TNA for that. You know.
be on the watch out of that, all you NWA fans out there. But so my hot take:
This is the last one.
the Young Bucks are the perfect last opponent for Sting.
Oh, fuck off.
You can rot in hell, you asshole.
Hell yeah, Devin. Hell yeah.
So I think it's perfect. They've been friends with Sting back since their TNA days.
What,
They brought
98?
Sting back to this company, gave him a great presence, a great last 3 years of his career. They've been the executive vice presidents during that entire time, helping book Sting and helping his plans each week. I think it's going to be a fantastic match if it is the final match of his career. And that's my hot take on it.
Well, I mean, before you were able to join, because you were like teaching like kids how to like throw a football or something.
I just run the clock.
All right. Well, you were running the clock. You were teaching kids how to run a clock. But I mentioned, you know, this wouldn't be Sting's last match unless Sting agreed to it. I just don't think. I'm not happy with that being his last match.
I'm fine with it.
Of course you are.
I'm just
What's wrong?
glad it's not Darby.
I think I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
Because I
there-
called it a month and a half ago. Actually, I called Darby too. I called like 9 things.
I think FTR would be good.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. I'm so sick of FTR. Man, what is the freaking big ass deal about
Talk about
FTR?
hot take.
Jeez, oh man, they're okay. They're great. Good. Holy shit. Move
I'm
on.
just saying, honestly, I'd rather Sting be in a single match.
What
for his
is it
last
about
match.
FTR that if everybody wants to blow them all the time? I don't get it.
Those are good.
They're good. They're good. There's a lot of good tag teams. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I really wanted FTR to come into the NWA and win the Crockett Cup 2023, but Billy and Tony Khan didn't work that out. And ever since then, I've been sour to him, honestly, in my own opinion. I just haven't been.
That's their fault. Tony and Billy couldn't work it out.
No, I've just been, ever since that didn't happen, I've kind of been upset with the whole
Mike
situation.
is chomping at the
They
bit.
haven't been booked.
What
well.
is it, Mike?
I think it should be a single match.
No, he ain't doing it. He's not healthy enough.
But
he doesn't have the wind. I mean,
he's not. He's fucking jumping
just
off
because he
the
falls
fucking-
off of a building and lands on a table doesn't mean he can go 15 minutes one-on-one.
He's going through a fucking table.
What does that
off
have to
of-
do with have the wind? Ask Ric Flair about wind.
I'm just saying.
All
Make it a damn single match. You can find somebody out there from even back in the day, back in his time. Anybody besides Goldberg. Bring Bret Hart in to wrestle him his last time.
Bret Hart's out.
I'm just saying. I think it should be a single match, in my opinion. But
I feel like DDP can do it.
I just booked the greatest WrestleMania there is of all time, but what the fuck do I know?
All right, James, the tape machines are rolling. Let's talk about next week. Let's get the fuck out.
Yeah, I think we've had all the fun we can on this episode for sure. So next week we're doing some Rumble stuff. We're gonna do a watch along for whatever Rumble that is picked. Obviously, as you hear this, decision's obviously been made, but there is whatever. So we're gonna do it watch along style. Click play. There's probably not gonna be our individual segments, or there may be, and we just shoot the shit the whole time. Who knows?
We'll be talking throughout the match, so that's what
We'll definitely be talking throughout the match. We'll select the Rumble, click play, and hang out. Kicking it with the homies.
Great.
I think that's the first time I've had next week's.
I think it is too, because it's weird, because now you do conclusion and everything feels really weird.
Yeah. 'Cause usually I'm like, what are we doing next week?
Yeah, even if you've been told.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's going to be next week. Getting in the Rumble season, we're going to do a Rumble watch along. Can't wait for it. It's going to be, it's weird to say, going to be a laid back episode, and that's us talking. So, we're pretty laid back. I mean, hell, look at Adam. I'm afraid he's going to fall over. He's so laid back.
Waka, waka, waka.
And it's time to conclude this episode, I guess, because the tape machines are definitely rolling. Shout out to everybody for hanging out with us this long.
Hey, real quick, let's do best moments from 2023.
Hey, let's not. Yeah. But yeah,
you know when Bad Bunny came out of Backlash? That was freaking awesome.
You can reach us on all the socials, Kick Out Crew everywhere, obviously. We take a lot of pride. We have a lot of fun in this, and hope you have fun too. And if you like what we're doing, be a friend and tell a friend, because it's your show. Like we always say, if you're ever in a time of doubt and in a time of need, well, hey, you got 5 friends, and obviously Bryant, the voice from the heavens. You got 6 friends here that can help ease your mind, because that's what we're here for. Don't ever feel like you ain't good enough, and don't ever feel like everything's going to weigh you down. Because when it weighs you down, some would say it pins you. And you guess what you need to do when things pin you? You just got to kick out it too, baby. That's what we do, and that's what you do. And as always, here comes the sun. The sun will shine tomorrow, but only if you kick out it too, like we do on your show, The Kick Out Crew. Can't wait to talk to y'all next week, and as I always say, we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Love y'all.
Get it on.